Yeah.
Oh.
What up, Biddy?
Yeah, what's up, Biddy?
Immediately. God.
Close this. Food. This nigga hungry. This nigga hungry.
Yes. Very much so.
That's a constant state.
Yeah, nigga. What up, Cindy?
What up, Cindy? That is a constant goddamn state.
Absolutely. Am I not, nigga, not supposed to be hungry?
I mean, what up, McKenna?
What up, McKenna? Niggas be hungry, man. Do niggas not have the right to hunger?
What up, Travis?
What up? What up? What up? What up? Again, do niggas not have the right to hunger?
We shouldn't be. Fuck that. We not Galactus out this bitch. I hunger.
Whoa, nigga, but I'm a herald.
That's true.
So
it's
I mean,
yeah, it's definitely true. Oh, okay. Cindy is working, so she'll be in and out. Morning, Biddy. That's what's up. It is a wild month. It's been a wild month.
You a wild month.
Hell yeah, I'm part of it. Yeah. I mean, oh, come on, man. What are you doing? No, this shit is
broke it.
It is so garbage.
You broke it. You broke it.
That shit is garbino. I don't know what's going on with that.
Tell me you
should. Oh, I wonder if it's the wire. It could be the wire.
Yo, you can't. No, you can. You got a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
And that's what, yo. So these niggas keep telling me I need to get a cat. But
who's telling you that?
My mother.
Oh. Why they say you need to get a cat?
Because they want me to have a cat. Because they want they want a cat, but they don't want to.
They don't want to take care of it. Yeah, so you should get a cat.
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
My apartment is not cat safe because
not kitten safe. That's for sure.
Nigga, it would even have to be in like I would have to confine the kitten to the bathroom.
Yep.
And that's not. I would never do that.
Yep.
That's not cool.
I mean, you at some point you got to train the little motherfucker, right?
Right.
About and it's like it would eventually,
sure
to the state of things. Yeah, it's the cord. That's the cord.
You done broke it.
Nah, it's just
like the cat couldn't be in here.
It's the cord.
Because all these cords that I got, the cat couldn't be in the living room because that's the backdrops and
yeah, buddy.
So
hold on, I'm about to come out and come back in.
All right. Take him over here breaking shit. He can't help it. He don't know no better. Yeah, Cindy, you gotta train them little bastards. It ain't always easy, but it's doable. Today, 3 and 5. That's fine. That might not be fine. Oh, goodness. Look, a little bit of both, Cindy, a little bit of both. You do a little bit of training. They do a lot of bit of training. You know how I go. Dang, man. Yeah, I don't understand how he always be breaking stuff. Well, he is old, so there's that. But He could just not break things. Ah, dang. What up, free thinker? See, there's a lot that happened this week. A lot we gotta talk about because things are going wild. Oh my goodness. Tombstone is broke. He be breaking stuff, and he broke something, so he's trying to fix it in order to get back on here because he's old and confused. He probably actually broke it more by trying to fix it. I assume because it shouldn't have taken him this long to come back on here yet. And the crazy thing about it is, we were on here talking for like 15 minutes or so, no issue. As soon as I hit the button for live, within 2 minutes, he got a problem. So at some point, hopefully. Well, at some point he'll be back. I assume if he can't get the camera to work, he'll probably use his phone, which is trash, and we never like doing that, but it is what it is. The show must go on. God. Oh no, hold up. Dang, this thing I wanted to talk about, and it's gone. God damn it. I didn't realize it was a story. I had a topic that I wanted to touch on, and I saw it on Facebook, and I just saved the link, and I did not think about the fact that it was a story. So now it is expired, and it ain't done. Oh, speaking of expired,
Shut up.
oh, I bet. You fix it?
No cats for you.
No, correct. I don't want cat. Well, I don't not want a cat. I love cats, but I'm just not in the situation where a cat would be feasible.
It's just not like I don't foresee a way for you to do it.
Nigga,
Like
ain't no way.
with me, I have the amount of wires in this corner is ridiculous, right?
Sure.
But I have a way to block it off to a certain
Right.
extent, right?
Right.
The kitten still can have access to some of the wires,
Mhm.
but it's easier to defend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in your studio.
Yeah, no, nigga.
It's not,
If I'm blocking it off, I'm blocking it off for me.
yeah.
Like, no, there's no way.
It's just not. It's not feasible for you to have.
And like if I took all the stuff out of the living room, then sure, maybe.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't got no way to put all that shit.
exactly.
So
exactly.
Nah, cat doesn't make sense.
Nah, can't do it.
I remember yesterday. Why can't you have a cat? The same reason I told you that you couldn't bring your cat over here. The same exact reason. Literally. We talked about this. I've explained to you in detail why my apartment is not cat friendly.
It's not cat friendly. Like if you and cats don't like closed doors. They
What up,
doing that
sis?
bullshit.
Right.
What up, sis? Like, although as somebody who's lived with cats now for 14 goddamn years, I don't give a fuck what they don't like. Listen.
Okay.
At some point, you got to put your foot down.
Sure.
You can't let them run your goddamn house.
I mean, okay. Yeah. When they get grown, but when they babies, they need stuff.
Tell me.
Different. Yeah.
Tell me about it. How many times in the last couple of weeks and shit I've had to hold up, yo. You go ahead. This little bastard swinging from the chandelier up this bitch. Like, what the fuck is you doing?
Yo, when they babies, like, and I don't want no old cat. I want a baby.
Now, of course, you don't want an old cat. You don't want an old cat. You want. I mean, the cat's gonna work its way into age,
right? But every cat I've ever had has started out young.
Yeah, you want the because cats are funny as fuck.
Facts.
They're always funny even when they get older, but they're funny for different reasons.
Right.
You know, like this little motherfucker around here, I thought T'Challa was on that fetch shit. Nah. This little motherfucker, like with T'Challa, he would fetch, he would bring it back, but not with the same sense of urgency.
That's funny.
Like this little nigga is like, throw the crinkle ball. Throw the crinkle ball. And will bother you until you throw it. I dare you throw it. You ain't human enough to throw it. then you throw that motherfucker, and he grabs it, brings tail up in the air, brings it right back, and will drop it in your motherfucking hand. That's not T'Challa ain't do shit like that. Not like that. He ain't do shit like that.
Thanks.
No, that's a fetching ass cat. And he ain't gonna never learn his name.
That's funny.
Because we call him too many different things and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just thought last week I started calling him Little Round Round. Because that's how he beat me out. Those too quick.
That's not helpful.
Look, I ain't the one that started. His name is supposed to be Luther.
Right.
Then you gotta start calling him Superfly because he jumped off of this motherfucker in the air. You start calling him Superfly. I said, first of all, it's too many syllables. It's just a thing with cats. You give them 2 syllables, it's easier for them to catch on. And then that little round shit is crazy. Like seriously, like if you go in the bathroom or any door and you close it, he'll be outside that door caterwauling. And when you open, he give you the 2 quick round. So I just stuck on him round. What's up, little round? That's his hood name.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
That's his hood name.
Clearly.
So we are 15 minutes in, so we don't need to do the intro at this point. But we do need to get started.
Absolutely, we do.
And of course, you guys know the first thing we do is tell you about our weeks. So most of the time, I don't present the elephant that's in the room, but this time I'm going to do it. So we are currently at $12,132 for the Clash of Consequences Kickstarter. All thanks to you guys. And we have 8 days left to go in the campaign. To say that this has been a monumental month for Majestic Comics is really an understatement, because it's not even just about the Kickstarter, although for us that's groundbreaking, right? But the other thing is this meeting that we had, and I'm not at liberty to divulge it just yet. I'm gonna let them divulge it first, right? But I really believe we set the company up to have long-term profitability, success, exposure, all of that, all of those things. And we could not, again, have done that without you guys, because remember when we was talking about before about numbers? At that's one thing at the meeting that was presented also as evidence of viability. What we did last time and what we did this time, So it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. And my wife is always telling me to celebrate all wins. Therefore, that is what the fuck we are doing. We are celebrating that win.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of good things that's gonna come from all the stuff that we're doing. All of it. And it's funny because I looked at this Kickstarter the other day where a motherfucker was selling dice. I instantly thought of Cindy.
Fabo.
What up, Fabo? I instantly thought of Cindy. Instantly.
Yeah.
Now, again, the other thing I thought about was that she had the facilities
right
to fulfill that if her Kickstarter goes crazy. If it goes crazy, because the shit I'm seeing, motherfuckers is going crazy, like with some of their shits. Now, again, these are the success stories. I'm sure there are way more unsuccessful campaigns that didn't make it or whatever, right? But when I say successful, I saw one dude with tarot cards. He had 28 days or 25 days left in his campaign. He was already at $450,000. See, this is unfortunately I do not, which is why I haven't done anything like that yet. Well, I would suggest that if you could figure that part of it out, you should definitely, because I feel like Cindy's. For those of you who have never seen it, Cindy makes amazing dice.
Yes.
Amazing dice. And I think that should go. I do. I think it'll go. I think you put that shit up there with the right presentation and all of that. Yeah, I think it'll go. There's plenty of people in that space, that D&D space, and other types of games. I think it would go. 100%. But yeah, want to thank everybody for that, because your support first time and this time is what got us into a position to be able to have conversations with people we didn't think we would be able to talk to, especially not this soon, to be honest with you. But there's something to be said about
a little slightly delusional, but
I'm just saying there's something to be said about having a bit of moderate celebrity, small. There's something to be said about that.
National celebrity.
I mean, you can say that, sure. But
no, it's true.
It's true, but it's you gotta.
I don't give a fuck what connotations people put on words. What I'm saying is accurate.
I'm just saying, you gotta.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Actually, let niggas think what they want to think.
I'm not sure. I don't remember if it was Dispelled Dice or not. But I'm sure Dispel, they have a following, so it makes it easier for them to go on Kickstarter and do that. But that guy with the tarot cards, though, or the motherfucker with the bird feeder / bird bath with the camera on it, that motherfucker is at $2.5 million with 20 days to go.
As it should be. I mean, I guess.
Listen, I thought about it because at first when I saw it, right, and I'm never going to hate on somebody for get your bread. Get your bread. But I did say, this is a goddamn bird feed. What the hell are we doing? Right?
What you mean? People like feeding birds.
Well, see, that's what
you will find people of any ilk.
Yes.
On these situations. Crowdfunding is exactly that. Crowdfunding. And you will find a crowd for anything.
Absolutely. Which is where my next thought was. I went, well, if you look at it this way, the bird watchers, this is a niche interest, but it's a lot of people in that niche interest. And if you are the only game in town providing a certain product that they would want, then you're going to get all of them. So even if, or a large percentage of them, so even if Their niche isn't this widespread hobby or whatever. It's enough people globally to look at that shit and go, hey, I wouldn't mind. I like taking pictures of birds and shit like that.
Right.
This is a bird feeder with a bird bath. It takes a picture of them while they out there doing that shit. Personally, I think it's violating their privacy. But hey, listen.
So now you care about the privacy of birds? Okay.
First of all, how dare you, sir? I've always cared about the privacy of birds. I just wanted them to care about my privacy.
Oh, okay.
They don't fuck.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nah, nigga, that's their environment.
Listen, it wasn't theirs when T'Challa was in.
Well, that's different.
They ain't staying what 3 toes down on it with T'Challa.
Hey, listen, that was extenuating circumstances, my guy.
And speaking of wildlife, motherfuckers, I knew it would be this way from day one because this is part of you living near a lot of nature.
You ain't know nothing.
So shut up. So as you guys know, I have spent the last 3 to 4 summers only attacking when provoked, but yet it's still warfare. The wasp think they slick.
Mm-hmm.
So out front porch is, for whatever reason, very attractive to them. And what I've done is, once a week, I do an inspection of the grounds. Gray of Extropia. I do an inspection of the grounds to make sure that they have not violated. And how do they violate? By putting a nest anywhere on that porch. For a lot of reasons. Now, I sometimes sit out there on the front porch. I don't do it as often as I probably would like to, but yeah, I sometimes do. But it ain't about me. My mother-in-law has a little garden out there, and she goes out there and she tends that little porch garden. She tends it. Mother-in-law is also in her 70s. If one of them motherfuckers sting her, we don't know what happened. So I have to be extra on it to make sure they don't grab a foothold in that area, because they get, especially certain species of them, get very territorial.
Oh yeah, that's they shit.
Once they there, that's my shit, right? So, as you can imagine, now that it's spring, about to go into summer, I have several times caught them attempting to move in, right? But I typically catch it right at the beginning when it's just the queen on her bullshit, starting her little thing. And I take her ass down and take the nest down, right? Fuck out of here. They've tried various different spots up there on the ceiling part of the porch. Several different spots. Moving here, moving there. I thought the slickest they ever did was they tried to create one of the nests. We got these lights up there on the ceiling part of the porch that are like the security lights. If you walk by, the light pops on or whatever, right? Up there in the middle of the 3 lights, I happened to look.
You happened to look.
I happened to look up there, and at first I thought it was dead. But then she moved. And when she moved, I saw what she was building. I was like, oh, no, you don't. Yes, nice try, though. Nice try. That shows some creativity. So I went and got some of this natural bug repellent type stuff. I sprayed the nest. She drops to the ground, and then she catches a boot. End.
And you sent the signal out. You just don't know. You ain't get a response yet.
Oh, I got the response. I got the response. And this time, this wasp queen must have been a lot smarter than the other one came before, because she said, "Oh, we're gonna take the porch. We're gonna take this porch.
All your bases are ours."
All right, but we're gonna do it in a way that you're not even gonna see us coming until it's too late. Unfortunately, she was wrong.
I hear you, but again, the signal.
But listen, so
you better hope
You better hope.
I'm looking
that they don't.
All I could be is vigilant.
They haven't struck a long-term deal with the Corvus, because the Corvus come back. It's gonna be a problem.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you,
them crows don't be. Listen, they don't.
Listen, I haven't seen hide nor head on crows.
That's fine. Because what happened, I found out what happened. I talked to their agent.
Oh, okay.
So they had a falling out with the squirrels. So they had no reason to come defend them. Oh, okay. But I heard talks that they were working on a long-term deal with the wasps.
You know, they eat wasps, so it's like I don't know how long.
Yeah, I get it.
Last.
I get it, but look,
because like you said, niggas be hungry.
No, but here's the thing:
and they some black ass crows.
If I was your natural predator and you didn't want that to happen no more, you might strike a deal with me too.
Sure, that's true. We will just have to wait and see. But this time, though, where she built it was there's the drain pipe, and then there's the roof outside of the ceiling that's covering the porch. So if you go on the porch, you would never see it.
Right.
Go on the porch, you would never see it. But this is how she fucked up. So I go out there, I'll do
how you currently believe she fucked up.
Yes. I go out there, I'm looking, I don't see nothing. I was like, all right, maybe they learned their lesson. And I sit down on the porch.
Point of order, sir.
Yo, I sit down on the porch and I see one of them off to the side on the right side, not in the porch area, but just right with the little strut that's holding the shit up. And it's just doing that.
He was supposed to be a sentry. What happened is all the actual adequate ones, they were off on another mission.
What up off the chain?
What up?
Maybe so. Maybe he was supposed to be. You know what? He probably was. What probably happened was
he was supposed to get a hoo-hoo!
Right. But he fucked up because one, he let me see him, and then he could have got away with it. He would have got away with it too if it hadn't been for that rotten ape. Because I walked over there and looked where he was hovering.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing there.
Right.
There was no nest. There was none of that. I was like, this is still weird though. Why are you here?
He was supposed to fulfill a very important role. He was supposed to be reconnaissance.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be a decoy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like he was supposed to be on his like super spy shit, but again, he wasn't the most competent one. All the rest of them,
he wasn't exactly bonding out that bitch.
No,
it wasn't bond at all. But I looked. Yeah, what's up, Gray? You ain't hear us.
I'm seeing the typing. We didn't spoke. Other people didn't acknowledge you. Yeah,
right.
You're good.
You good. Yeah. So there was nothing on that side where he was at. So I walked on the other side. I said, this could be a misdirect. I walked on the other side, and surely I looked up in between the drain pipe. And unlike those other ones, this one had gotten some, I was like, oh yeah, I see. This is actually, and I marveled at it for a while. I was like, I'm really impressed at what you managed to do. So I go in the house, I get a step ladder, I get a towel, and I get that natural insect repellent shit. And I go up there, I salute it for the ingenious tactic it tried. And then I let loose with both birds. Got all wet up. Then I took a broom. Swoop. I said, if there was eggs in here, I had to put my foot down. You understand? And so, again, so far this year
is a dish. Best served cold. I'm telling you, she sent that signal out. What up, Lost?
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she
sent
did.
that signal out.
What's that shit? Chris Tucker said in Friday. Well, she said, I'm gonna remember that. Remember it, write it down.
Send your smoke signal.
All right.
All you gotta do.
You don't want Waspagheddon, my guy.
Listen.
You don't know. I don't care what you about to say. You don't want Waspagheddon. What a real
It is what it is, B.
hordes and hordes of what? Nah, B. You don't want that. I don't care what you. There's no way that you want that.
Listen.
It's like before she explained what she meant.
Mm-hmm.
Chrissy said to me she wanted a Project X party. I said, no, the fuck you don't. You don't want a Project X party. I promise you. But she meant something else. But I'm like, yeah, no, nigga.
Listen, here's the thing. I learned a long time ago. It ain't about what I want. It ain't never been about what I want. So, all I can do is do what I gotta. This is my house.
Yes, absolutely.
Damn it.
Yes. Here's the thing about that. While it is your house and the outside parts attached to it are a part of that house,
They are.
it is still a fact that they are outside parts.
They are outside, but I'm outside too.
Listen. You kind of outside.
I'm outside.
You kind of outside. They outside.
Listen.
It's a little different. The levels of outsideness that y'all got going on is different.
I don't think it's as different as you think, because if that door's open, that window, they come inside.
Yeah, but
they not inside because we got barriers. If we didn't have those barriers, they'd be inside.
But it don't matter why. It's just the fact that it is. It is the thing. Like, sure, if what's the saying? If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Okay.
Right. Okay, but the difference is your aunt doesn't. And those windows can be opened. That door can be opened. They can come
absolutely.
Right they come right
but
on
that's the point that I'm making, though. See, you're at a disadvantage. You're at a disadvantage because
listen, I can go in.
They be outside.
I be outside, B.
No. You be outside. They be outside. It's different. So here's the thing about that. They have the potential to plan and organize. And
that's it, free thinker, right there.
You are not outside. And the problem is that, like you said, if the window is open or door is open, they might try to come inside.
No,
but
they're not
been outside. But if they've been outside strategizing and organizing and building and galvanizing and adding to their numbers.
And that's what I'm trying to stop.
I get it.
I'm trying to stop.
I understand I understand your desire.
You mean my success rate?
That's the issue that I have. So far, it has been.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, that was before this Blockbuster deal that I heard.
Well, listen, Blockbuster went out of business.
No,
so I'm not.
When the pros get involved, it might be a different story, my guy.
Look, it might be. We'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely.
But until then,
I just want what's best for you.
If any buzzing, hovering, with that little shit hanging down thing comes around my house looking for trouble, they're going to find it. They're going to find it. Yeah. So, also, another thing about this week, pay your taxes, folks. However you feel about that, how much they take in, all that shit, you're welcome to feel that way. The moment they say, you owe this, pay that. Because, to quote Michael Jackson in The Wiz, you can't win. And you can't break even. You can't get out of the game. Consequently, when they give you money back, celebrate. Rejoice. Use it wisely or not. Blow it. What the fuck? But if they give you too much,
Second one.
and it looks like it's too much, what up, Cosmic?
What up? What up?
You might
what
want to
up,
call
what
them
up?
folks.
Yeah,
You might want to call
yeah.
them folks. Now,
Have a
I had a
conversation.
conversation with a dear friend this morning. This dear friend, he got his state tax. He got his Fed tax. And he got another check. I went, what? He said, yeah, they sent me a whole nother check.
They, oh, okay.
They? Who's they? IRS. Fuck you mean? Fuck you
do
mean?
that.
Fuck you mean, dead man? IRS. I was like, oh yeah.
Like that's something you were just supposed to have expected.
I say, brethren, friend of mine,
That is a bomb.
since 7th grade, friend of mine. You better call them folks. But I was thinking about putting it in my bank account. I was like, you might can use it for bail.
It's a bomb. I'm telling you, it's a bomb. The minute that shit hits your bank account, flags.
I said, boy, if you don't call them motherfuckers and tell them you better find out. You ain't supposed to. No.
What would be crazy is if they did that shit purposely, like randomly.
I had to see what I'm gonna do.
See what they gonna do.
Man, listen. I just made this statement on the Wasp story. I learned a long time ago. Ain't about what you want.
No, facts.
What you want.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with some consequences.
You know what I'm saying? The point is, they got the power to make you pay. Now, you might feel a certain type of way about how they do what they do, why they do what they do. You're welcome to feel that way. But you try to violate them, and they coming. They sending them boys, and they don't give a fuck how much it was. Because here's the thing. They slow as shit when it comes to them giving you yours. They slow as a motherfucker. But they want theirs back quick, fast, and in a hurry. They don't give a fuck if it's $6 or $600.
Right.
You're going to give me.
You're going to pay what you owe.
You're going to pay what you owe. Sincerely, the Santa Stalker. You're going to pay what you owe. So what I'm hoping is that my words did not descend upon deaf ears. Because them orange jumpsuits.
Elsewise, right.
They not really in style. They don't got no Nike ones, none of that. Them bitches is kind of crazy. And
yeah. So, like, we had talked about this offline, and I know we can't get the details. So, whatever happened to that one yo that was on some similar type shit, and yeah,
it ain't work out for him. It ain't work out.
I kind of figured that was gonna be the case.
It didn't work out, right? Because no one should
all the evidence in the world. Never in a million years should you expect that to just work.
Right?
That'd be fine. You can avoid them for a little while.
Yeah, but eventually, the toll comes due.
Hey,
you feel me? It's just one of them things, bruh. It's one of them things.
Don't play with them.
Don't play with them.
Unless
Do not play with them.
And don't ever plan on coming back.
Yeah,
not even to visit.
Facts. So yeah, I'm hoping my words do not fall on deaf ears. I'm hoping. I don't think they're open today, but maybe he can call on Monday or some shit.
Yeah.
And get that sorted because yikes. And I got one more thing to add to this that I saw this week. And I want to make a very poignant point about this. As soon as I found the goddamn...
That's kind of important.
Yeah, it is kind of important. There we go. So, since the dawn of time, well, okay, we gotta go back that far. Let's just go back to the dawn of the United States.
Okay, that's a little better. It's a little more realistic. And I don't even know what you're about to say. But...
I know. Very wealthy, very connected people with their own interest have been convincing the serfs to do shit that's in their interest, not the serfs.
Yeah. When the last time you used the Quest?
The who?
The Quest.
It's been a minute.
I'm looking behind you.
It's been a minute, bro.
Yes,
it's been a minute. Right. so that has not changed in 2023.
Oh, nigga.
It's still a thing.
It won't change.
To get to my point, the Oath Keepers group, the founder of the Oath Keepers group, he just gave that nigga 18 years for what you might say for that January 6th shit. Now, I don't care what you think about January 6th. You might be one of those ones that think it's no big deal. They was just tourists. All right, cool. I mean, I'm 15 minutes away. I watched it when it was happening. But cool. You may think that ain't nobody say nothing wrong at that rally. Cool. You might agree with everything they said at that rally. Cool. But let me tell you what. When somebody that's rich, powerful, connected, convinces you to break the law, they gonna walk. They gonna lock your broke ass up.
Facts.
They're gonna lock your broke ass up. So when these people get up there for that, whatever their interest is, when they get up there and they overinflate a situation and say, "Oh yes, this is our 1776 moment." Man, you better not buy into that bullshit. They get all of this adrenaline pumped up here, and you go, "Yes, this is our 1776 moment. It's time to take back the." All right, okay, sounds good. You better do that shit at the ballot box.
Yeah.
The moment you decide to take the law in your own hands
and rub shit on the inside of
the walls and break windows and beat up police officers and all of them shit, they're coming for you. Not the wealthy guys. They straight. They straight. They gonna say that shit. They gonna get you all pumped up. You gonna think they on your side. Then they gonna lock your dumb ass up. And you broke. Now let's say they get in trouble. A little bit of trouble. They can afford expensive ass attorneys to get them out of that shit. This is just another case of people on a higher rung of society's economic ladder convincing your broke ass to do some shit in their interest. This is the friend that you grew up with that ain't gonna kill nothing, ain't gonna let nothing die. But they gonna boost you up. You hear what that man said to you? He talked about your mama. You gonna let that ride? The man that said that is 6'5", 340 pounds of muscle. And you, 5'5", 125 pounds. A string bean with arms. And your homeboy in quotations.
That's funny.
Said to you, you won't let him get away with that? And you run over there thinking he gonna swing with you. And he don't.
This ain't my fight.
No, it was your mama he talked about. I just want to make sure you was aware of that shit.
Right.
Was you aware that he talked about your mom? So when you get crumbled the fuck up like a piece of paper, he's then gonna walk over to your body and go, yo, why would you swing on a guy that big? You shouldn't have did that. So like I said, whatever politics you have, I don't give a fuck what it is. Do not let people who are pretty much inoculated from any legal repercussions tell your ass to go and do some shit.
Yo, Cosmic said, this ain't my fight. It's my philosophy.
I see in life. In life. Look, sister, remember that time when someone was all, do the crimes? I'll pay your legal bills. Did you get a check yet? Did the check clear? Did it come through? You
For
fucking
some reason,
rube.
I don't. Yeah, for some reason, I don't think so.
You fucking rube. And this keeps happening over and over again. This is not a bug. This is a feature. Motherfucker convince you to go out and do some shit he ain't gonna do. You need to start considering who your real friends are, or the people you need to be
Nigga.
Because I'm gonna tell you something right now.
That's a word.
Me and SBJ out somewhere, some shit kick off, I'm swinging. Because I know he gonna swing. Me and Graydon somewhere, some shit kick off, I'm swinging. Because I know he gonna swing. Don't let these people convince you to go out there and do some goofy ass shit and get you all pumped up with your American revolutionary dreams, your fantasy that you go out there and do. Maybe you go on the weekend sometimes and go do some Civil War reenactments. Maybe you do that. Don't let these motherfuckers
on your antebellum shit.
Your antebellum shit. Don't let these motherfuckers with these fancy suits, with these gold toilets, tell your ass to go out there and do something that's going to get you locked the fuck up for. Because that's the first thing when I saw that, I said, yo, after I laughed, I must admit, after I guffawed and chuckled and hee-hee and kiki, I said, this is a teachable moment. Because too many of y'all getting caught up with the rhetoric of these motherfuckers that don't even live in your neighborhood. Your house is a shack to theirs. Y'all getting caught the fuck up. Y'all getting caught up because it sound good. It's no different than a cult. No different than a cult. The cult leader will get up there and really appeal to whatever bad things that are happening in your life that you want to see solved. Act as if they understand where you coming from. And they got the answer. Follow me, for I know the way. Before you know it, you're shaving your head bald.
I mean, it was the way. It was a way.
It was a way. It wasn't the way. It's also a way to go to jail.
I mean, listen.
That's 18 years. 18 years. And by the way, the Oath Keeper leader, he ain't a young man.
Niggas be right and wrong.
Try to be right and right. That's all I'm asking. Try to be right and right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's not realistic.
When it comes to this, you better be right and right.
Yeah, sure, but no.
D-Wade. Cosmic said D-Wade to jail.
I mean,
for those of you who have never been,
he ain't wrong.
No, he ain't wrong at all. But for those of you that have never been, take it from somebody that has. It's not the vacation it's billed as.
I mean, it could be though.
I mean, for everybody else, in the neighborhood that's tired of your bullshit, yeah, it's a vacation for them. You go
about it. You know
what I'm saying?
How you feel about the situation?
I mean, if you like being restricted,
that's what I'm saying.
When to get up, when to be around a bunch of sweaty men's. If that's what you, hey, I'm not judging. I'm just telling you, for me, I've been there. Didn't like
enjoy being around sweaty men.
I mean, do you?
Right.
I've been there. I didn't like it. I ain't going back. Wouldn't recommend. 1 star.
Okay.
1 star. The food, nah, B. Nah. I'm saying this devoid of the what now?
You weren't a fan of the chefs that were present?
Nah, they just didn't have that. Je ne sais quoi.
Oh,
He didn't have it.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
I'm saying this devoid of whatever political opinion you have about any of that shit that took place, what they were talking about, all that. Because it really doesn't matter. It could have been the same thing for some other thing. Do not allow some rich, wealthy, connected, powerful motherfucker convince you to break the goddamn law because he says, I got your back.
I generally agree with every single thing you just said.
Don't do it.
I couldn't argue if I wanted to.
Don't do it. Because they going to lock you the fuck up.
But what if he got your back, though?
If you got your back, you're still going to get locked the fuck up. That part's not changing. That part's not changing at all.
Correct.
And as someone that's been locked the fuck up, just even the arrest is not comfortable, B. So like, all right, this is fair warning. Fair warning. It ain't worth all that, bro. Look out for yourself. Have your opinions, have your political whatever, but also be rooted and grounded in reality. The reality of the situation that you're in and where you sit on that social ladder.
So just focus on yourself, bro.
Folks, you are regular weed out this motherfucker.
Facts.
They can make you pay. Or as my brother Maul used to always tell me and my man Dennis, we was on that bullshit and we was on that bullshit plenty. They got a seller can hold you. They got to stop saying they
I promise you.
I promise you they got a seller can hold you. They got a seller can hold you.
And they ain't really do much to make it.
No, it don't take much. The other thing Marlon used to say, oh, okay, I see it. You fixing to go bananas. And the law is going to go ape on your monkey ass. Keep playing. Think it's a game. Think it's a game. Because that 18 years could be yours. That 18 years, boy. Think it's a game. Keep letting them get you all riled up and shit. And go ahead. They got something for your ass. And that motherfucker is going to be eating quiche and escargot at a restaurant. Some motherfucker where going, man, I can't believe they went inside there and did that shit. I can't believe they went in there and did that shit.
I mean,
just saying, it ain't worth it. And before I hand this over to SBJ, once again, I want to thank everybody that supported the Kickstarter. That shit means a lot. We got so much more lore to explore with you guys because lore is life. Lore is life. The fact that we're going to be able to do these, start doing the back history shits, I'm super excited about that because it's just as much story going backwards as it is going forward.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this opens up also the possibility, especially if it can be reproduced.
This was not the beginning.
This was not, no. This opens up an opportunity for other IPs. We have other writers that are chomping at the bit to throw their universes in this shit. SPJ has a universe, and it's fire. It's fire. My man Chris Colburn has a universe. It's fire. Sci-Fi has a universe. Him and Art makes art. Put together a universe. Fire. Majestic is gonna be something, and we couldn't did that without y'all. What was your week like, SBJ?
Stupid.
Cosmic said, the world in your personal ideal way for the low price of decades in jail. Get yours today.
I mean,
no, fam, I'm going to pass on that.
Some people take that deal. Some people take you up on that deal.
I'm going to pass on that too, bro. I'm going to pass on that.
I just realized that StreamYard is being stupid, but whatever. All right, so no,
always breaking something.
Nah, nigga, that's you. You were the one that was absent for like 7 minutes at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, because I had to fix something.
That you broke. Nigga. You
broke screen.
Nigga. So work, right? This should be something else that I'm sipping. Anyway, so remember last week when I had mentioned that person who thought a site that she supposedly always goes to was blocked, but mysteriously it started working without me actually doing anything.
I do.
Well, she struck again. This time, she calls and asks for help with something. She calls the thing something completely different than what she called it last time.
Interesting.
And she says, I can't email it. I said, okay. I asked her what happens when she tries. She says,
I remember that. That's funny.
She says, it won't work. I ask her, okay, what does it say? She says that it says, and I quote, this is what she says, the error message said, Adobe Acrobat is not letting me send right now. Now, me thinking, clearly she must have misunderstood my question.
Yeah.
So I rephrase. I said, what are the words that pop up on the screen? She repeats the same exact thing she just said. I take a beat to contemplate my next words. One of the guys in my mind was just like, fuck it. So I say to her, there's absolutely no way that is the message that pops up on your computer.
You don't know that.
I know all. She says that's what it says. So I try for like 5 more minutes to help her, and it's clear that she doesn't live on this planet. So eventually I tell her I'll look into it.
Right.
Clearly this person doesn't know how to use computers, but now it seems she doesn't even know her job. So I called somebody who I know would know this particular process to find out what actually is supposed to happen, because as I say on here often, I have no idea what the fuck these people do. Like it's not my job to know what they do. It's my job to make sure they can do it.
Right.
So this other person tells me the whole process, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I get to the place of the person that's having the problem, and it's worse than I thought. So the manager comes in the room with us. Now, I don't remember exactly what she asked me, the manager, but I told her I have no idea what this process is. And when I told her I have no idea what this process is, she was taken aback. She was like, she acted as if I told her that I didn't know the difference between like right-clicking inside a program and right-clicking on a file or some shit like that. Because
do you?
Well, more on that later. Mind you, this is an established way. I mean, I'm sorry. There is an established way in our company to become a property manager.
Okay.
She did not become a property manager this way. But I digress. So I switched my focus back to the agent. I asked her what her process is for doing this thing. Her response was, I just do it.
She's Nike?
I said, no.
That's not how that works. There's a way.
What is your process?
Why do people do this?
She asked me, what do you mean? I said, what are the steps that you take to accomplish this goal? And she kind of repeats the whole I just do it thing. So I said, okay, come show me what you do to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
Yo, this is absurd, B.
Oh, it gets so much worse. It turns out there's actually an issue. There is an issue with Adobe. There absolutely is an issue with Adobe, but there is no error message. So again, like I said earlier, there was no fucking way that's what the computer was saying. But anyway, there's actually no error message, which she failed to mention. So I showed them an alternative.
I don't think she failed to mention that.
Well, right. She probably didn't even realize. Anyway, so I showed them an alternate way to email, because they were trying to email it from inside of Adobe, and there's a way to do that, but apparently it wasn't working. All right, cool, fine. We actually found out what your issue is.
Right.
Here's how to circumvent that issue. There's
Right.
a different way to email what you're trying to email. So they're both in awe, but not just in awe. They're simultaneously befuddled. Like I just performed witchcraft or some shit. Like,
Nigga, you did.
okay. So they have a blank form that needs to be filled in and then emailed. It's a PDF. I say to them, for this way that I'm teaching you, I didn't use the word alternative because they were already confused enough.
Oh my!
No, listen.
Damn.
So for this other way that I'm showing you,
Retract those claws, Wolverine.
listen, my guy, you have to go to the file, open it, fill out the form, save it, go back to the file, right click, send to mail recipient. I said, okay, now you try. The agent sits down. She goes to the file and she right clicks on it. Now, here's the thing. You can still open a file this way, technically. I don't know why any sane person would do it that way, but hey, you still can. So I didn't say anything because maybe that's how she opens her files. I don't fucking know.
Right.
So I ain't say nothing.
Right.
But then she just sits there. So mind you, the manager has been standing there through all of this and writing down the steps that because it's new to her too. So she's writing down the steps of the new process that I told her. Keep that in mind also. So the manager's not saying anything either. After like 45 seconds, the agent goes down to the send to mail recipient. I asked her, what is she trying to send?
Right.
You didn't do anything yet. What are you sending? She says, the registration. I say, but you didn't fill it out yet. There is nothing to send. She freezes. I have to tell her to go back to the folder with the file in it and open it. Mind you, the manager is still standing there. Not saying a damn thing.
Oh my.
The agent goes to fill out the form, and she is filling out the form incorrectly. This is when the manager finally says something.
Wait a minute.
Hey, isn't that
Did you notice that she was filling out incorrectly?
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so the manager noticed.
I don't know what the fuck they do. So it was no reason for me to pay attention to that particular part.
Right.
Because this is something she does all the time.
But it's bad. It's bad because the manager knows.
Bruh.
That she did. Yeah.
But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So, like I said, the manager finally steps in and says, like, hey, aren't you supposed to be putting this there and that? So, like I said, I wouldn't have known. I wasn't paying attention.
You don't want for the manager to see you do some shit.
Just wait.
That's crazy.
So I just took for granted that she would know how to do this thing that she supposedly does all the time. Like, she hasn't gotten to the point in the process where anything has changed yet. At this point, she's still doing everything that she would have normally done.
Right.
So, but anyway, so with the manager's help, the agent finally fills out the form. Now comes time to save it. Yo, she is clicking all over the place.
Are you shitting me?
Just randomly clicking shit. I say, what are you doing? Just save the file. She continues to just click on random shit. I'll admit,
there's more.
I'll admit, I did yell at her a little bit at this point.
Oh no!
Because I'm like, yo, why don't you know how to save a document?
So there's a file button at the top of the thing,
bruh. But there's a fucking icon that looks like a floppy disk. You don't even gotta go to file.
Hold up, can we talk about that for a minute? Is it time for a new icon?
It is absolutely time for that. Because well, no. We're not coddling these motherfuckers. The reason I say that is because younger people that have never seen a floppy disk in their life,
they still know.
Still know.
That's true.
Because when I'll never forget this. Somebody told
You
me
didn't miss any of the shenanigans, Mike. Shenanigans are still
Shenanigans
going
just
on.
starting. So when this person, I wasn't there. They told me this is what happened. That because we had this like super young agent. I think she was like 19 at the time, and
She's super young.
She saw a floppy disk, and she was like, "Why is there a save icon?" I'm like, "Yo, wait, you've never seen a floppy disk in your life, like ever. You just know that means so. No, we don't. I don't think it needs to be updated because the young people know
They know
that it means save.
They know.
Anyway, so like I said, she's just clicking random shit. So I yelled at her slightly, and then I showed her where to go. She saves it. She closes it. Now, the folder that the file is in is the only thing open on her screen now because she closed Acrobat. All right, good. But she says to me, "What do I do now?" I tell her,
"Oh my!
Now you have to send it."
Was the manager still standing down?
Yes, this entire time. See, there you go. McKenna
just said it.
So I said, now you save it. She proceeds to close the folder that has the file in it and open Outlook. Just like earlier, technically, she could still send it this way, technically. Absolutely, you could. But at this point, I knew she didn't know how to do so. So I asked her why the fuck she closed the folder. She then stops, closes Outlook. I say, well, you didn't actually have to close Outlook at this point. She then opens Outlook again. I can't make this shit up. At this point, that was my fault. I shouldn't even mention Outlook after she closed it. Now that at this point, I know enough to know that she was going to do that.
Yo, why did Benny send McKenna a picture of floppy disk?
That's funny. That is hilarious, actually. But yeah, like at this point, it's my fault. Because I should have known that.
I mean, yes. That point, at that individual slice right there of time in the timeline. Okay, but all that other shit.
But no, overall, no. Fuck, I don't have to do. So, 35 seconds later, she still hadn't opened the folder back up. I just took the mouse from her and opened the folder.
This nigga took the mouse.
And I just did the. That's funny, Mike. Yeah, I just did the rest. So, I'm thinking I can leave now.
That remind me of. That remind me of situation where this dude was acting like he wanted to fight this other dude who was way bigger, way meaner. He came up to him with his hands up, and the nigga grabbed his hands and unfolded them. You don't want to do that, son. You literally took that. I was like, no, I got it. You don't want to do that.
So, at this point, I'm thinking I can leave, but no. The manager wants to try to make sure she got the process down in case the agent needs help again, which undoubtedly
she will.
She will. So the manager has no idea how to use the computer either. She sits down to open the folder. She opens the folder. She opens the file. At least she got that part right. Acrobat pops up. PDF is sitting here. Now, before I say what happens next, let me remind you that she not only has been standing there watching every step of this process, but she also wrote it down. All right, so the document's open.
Wow.
She starts right-clicking inside of Adobe Acrobat. And she happens to be doing it on a part that doesn't have context options, so nothing is happening. She then looks at me and ask what she's doing wrong.
You told her you got an hour.
I say, Mara, you gotta fill the form out first. You're not even you're not to the point where you're right clicking anything.
You know what it is, y'all? She panicked.
If that's what it is, fine.
I think that's what right. Because you say you do this all of. How long she been working there?
Listen. None of this is. So I'm like, yo, you got to fill it out first. She says, okay. She says, okay, I got it now, and gets out of the chair.
She didn't fill it out though.
I said, okay, I left. Now here's the thing. Of course they're gonna have trouble moving forward.
Yeah,
that's clear. It's evident.
Yeah, yep.
It's likely that they'll mess something up in the process. Absolutely. Yep. But if I had stayed there any longer, I might have gotten myself in trouble.
Yeah, you would have. You would have. Because you'd have cut somebody out.
Yeah.
Mother Demon says, I'm here to remind you how to save a file before it gets away. It's not fair to I know what song she's doing. I'm here to remind you how to save a file before it gets away. It's not fair to deny. Yo, Cindy.
Shot out of a cannon. Yo. Amazing.
You already know.
So here's the thing. Nothing else. I didn't put anything else like super work related on my notes because nothing else approached this level of stupidity. Nothing else was even in the boat. Nothing else was playing the same sport.
Oh, jeez.
That this level of stupidity was playing. But this other thing happened at work, but it wasn't work related.
Okay.
So one of my coworkers is always on some crackpot theory or super weird rant shit. Like always. Every time I see it.
Not really, Sam.
So I was at her when I was at her location this week. She was talking about how we were put here to mate because, and I quote, wait till you hear the reason. Because, and I quote, look at the animals and insects. They mate every single day. The crazy part is, it's so hard to find somebody you can actually
mate every
like.
day, yo.
Wait. The crazy part is, it's so hard to find someone you can actually like. I wonder if the animals and insects, pause, yes, she keeps separating them and saying both each time. But I wonder if the animals and insects just mate with anybody or they find somebody they like. Well, anyway, all the people that don't got nobody to mate with, it's a crying shame. Now, let me pause again. Let me step back into the clear and clear up what she is actually one of the people she's talking about. So she's not actually being judgmental. This is just legitimately how she believes. Okay. This is what she believes. She's not being judgmental. She's not on no bullshit.
Like, I don't have nobody to mate with, and this is
yeah, basically. So I guess that's something. But anyway, she says, well, anyway, all the people that don't got nobody to mate with, it's a crying shame. The other girl in the office was like, that's just not true. You're objectively wrong about this thing.
About a great many things.
So the other agent says that. So the first agent turns to me and says, James know what I'm talking about. I said,
do you know? Yo, don't you love
bro?
When a motherfucker is saying some complete bullshit and then turn to you and go, you know what I mean?
I said, no, I can't co-sign that one, right? She said, oh, James not alone no more, but you used to know what I'm talking about. Now, ma'am, hold up. Now, ma'am, first of all, you have no idea what's going on.
That's a crazy bar she put.
We don't speak or speak on outside of work.
How the fuck do you know what I'm doing and what I'm not doing?
She knew that about my ex when I was with her because my ex also worked for the company.
Right.
But that relationship ended over 5 years ago.
Yeah, so what the fuck are you talking about?
Second, life doesn't revolve around having a romantic partner.
No, it doesn't.
It's plenty of people out here doing just fine that are
They're
not
doing
dating
great.
in any way, shape, or form.
They're doing great.
Third, sorry, I couldn't help you even if I agreed because I actually do have somebody. So I'm not on that train with you in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Like, you're just.
James know what I'm talking about.
Nah, I can't help you on this one, sis.
Oh, you got somebody now. But before you shut up,
Nah,
nothing of what you said made
at
any
no
sense.
point did I feel that way. Like, no.
Nothing that you said made any sense. Like
Bro.
McKenna said, animals probably mate less than we do.
Right.
What the fuck is you talking about? What is you talking about?
Nigga.
What is you talking about?
She said animals and insects out here mating
If
every
you don't
day.
she said every day. Yo,
Animals
animals and
and
insects mate every day, B.
Mate every day, B. I'm like, yo, what
is you talking
yo,
about?
you just be on some bullshit like all the time. Like, I'm telling you.
Yo, Mike is on I-80 crying and laughing and shit.
This is not. I award you 0 points and may God have mercy on you. Yo, I promise you. Like, I'm sorry, Discord. Now I gotta read the whole quote because
Yeah,
like she just be on this shit, like always. Like she just always be on.
this is not a bug. This is a feature,
bruh. Like I said, she always on some crack pots conspiracy theory,
Yeah, I
or
know the
just on
type.
some random rant.
I know the type.
Let me see. Blah 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 blah.
These are the people who find it hard to accept the fact that many times shit is just chaos and sometimes shit overlap.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Causation versus correlation and all
Man.
that. So I'm because of Discord, I got to read the whole quote. What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on you. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like I said, and this is another thing that I hate that people do, and I kind of feel like this is part of what she was doing too.
Mhm.
I hate when people assume familiarity. I don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know me.
James,
because there's a person here that isn't aware of our relationship.
Right.
You try and act like
Yeah.
You cool. Don't get me wrong, she cool.
But she don't know you like that.
Right.
And she definitely don't know. Hold up, B. She definitely don't know you well enough. They'll be talking about who you mating with.
Nigga.
Like, you out of pocket.
Completely.
You are out
giving
of pocket.
you zero indication ever. The only reason she knew about my ex is because she is my ex's aunt's best friend.
She out of pocket.
And we all worked at the same company. That's the only reason she knew that I was in a relationship with this person.
She out of pocket. She don't know you
any
like
other thing, she would have no indication of whether I was in a relationship or not, or if I was dating somebody or not, or whatever the case was.
I mean, again, I hate to be the adult in the room currently, but I have to be. You don't have to be dating with somebody to mate.
That's another thing.
Like oh, fuck.
Bruh.
What the entire fuck, man?
People just be tired. She one thing I can always give her, conviction. She mean the shit she say.
I gotta say though, that's the part that scares me the most.
I know, right?
Like people who believe the most outlandish bullshit, but have the passion of a zealot about it. That's scary.
Scary is an adequate word.
It is. Speaking of that, shout out to Adequate.
Thanks. So what else happened? Somebody got fired. Now, I've often talked about on here how you gotta damn near murder somebody. And again, this happened at work, but it had nothing to do with me. So often I get on here and talk about you have to murder somebody to get fired from my job. Like generally, like it's very difficult to get fired from my. You have to almost actively try to get fired from my job.
Right.
So this, all right. So we, it's hard to tell this story because I'm not sure if this person is trans or not.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a conversation with this person, and this person comes to work with like full installs, in their hair. But that don't necessarily mean that they trans.
That's true.
It could just be he liking to wear.
That's true.
Hair. So I don't know, but allegedly, because I wasn't there. Allegedly, this nigga had an issue with one of his other coworkers, and all right. Matter of fact, let's go back. This part isn't alleged. I was here for this.
Okay.
So one day I was at that office. It was me. I was sitting at one of the agent's desks, and the agent who sits in front of her. The three of us were talking.
Right.
And talking, laughing, blah, 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 blah. So this person comes from around the corner and singles out one of the agents. You got a problem with me?
He pulled up.
I'm like, what is going? And the agent was like, she was like, no, what are you talking about? Oh, because y'all just sitting here laughing and blah blah this blah.
So you assume?
Yeah, but why would you assume we were talking about you? Right, mind you, they didn't address me or the other agent at all.
Right,
just this one agent. So clearly they had some type of
right, something else.
So now fast forward to the alleged.
Just to update real quick. We are currently at 254 backers. I don't know who that last person was, but appreciate you. Thank you.
Bang. So fast forward to the alleged situation. Apparently, yet another coworker of his or hers, or theirs. I don't know what happened, but leading up to this, but apparently they walked up. And the words heard were, y'all want to see the fakest bitch alive?
My. Thanks, Sam.
Here's the thing, Sam Jones. Here's the thing. Y'all want to see the fakest bitch alive?
No.
Live.
No.
Screaming. At work 1 o'clock.
No, yo.
Walked up to this girl.
No,
Hey, yo, let's see the fakest bitch alive. I put the camera on her.
No.
Walked away and apparently was like dancing and shit. Yeah. So needless to say, that person no longer is employed by my company. I'm like, hold up. I have several questions. One of them, what could she have done to make him that mad?
Yo. This is a case when keeping it real goes wrong. Right?
2, why did you feel like it was a smart idea to be on live and doing that at work?
So what I'm assuming, because no rational person would do something like this. What I'm assuming is you had another job lined up already.
Bruh.
Because if you thought you wasn't going to get fired for that.
Wait. Here's the thing. I don't think that's the case because the manager at that location, just the last time I was there, asked me to put something on this person's computer because they were about to start doing it and it was on a different computer and they preferred their seat that they were at. So she had just asked me to do this for this person the last time I was there. So from from Tuesday to Thursday. Yeah. So no, I'm sorry, Monday. So when I was there Monday, the manager asked me this. Thursday, this nigga was gone.
Yo.
So
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to chastise the stupidity right here. So if you believe that somebody was besmirching you,
it happens.
it does happen.
Real thing.
There's several ways to deal with that.
Several.
None of those ways involve doing that at work.
Zero.
Now, if you wanted to do it at, y'all had a mutual lunch break.
Because here's my two things. No, they don't get lunch breaks. But here's my thing. If what happened at work, then it wasn't serious enough for you to do that.
Exactly.
If it didn't happen at work, then it shouldn't have been handled at work.
Yeah.
There's no scenario where that was called for.
I feel like you completely lost your composure, and you also revealed, this is a self-report, by the way, that you're not mature enough to be working any place. That's a self-report. Because look, there's been violent incidents on jobs that I've been on. And the vast majority of these cases, what provoked it was so extreme that it's hard to blame the person for reacting that way.
Sure. Yeah.
One situation, this guy who's about my height pushed another supervisor, woman, and she fell into the boxes and the conveyor belt, to which case she grabbed her box cutter and
Hey, listen.
And I wasn't mad at her.
You gotta defend herself.
Keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Absolutely.
She got of course fired, but he didn't.
Mean,
even though the rule
he didn't.
Right.
No.
Right.
They right. With that.
Right.
She should have gotten fired.
She should have got fired.
But so should he.
Because that's the rule anyway. The rule on that job was no matter who started, if you fighting this motherfucker, we getting you up out of here. So he wound up keeping his job. She wound up losing hers, and it was some fucked up shit. Yeah. There's been other situations where I had to stop a homeboy. This my man's, but he's about to go at this. About to go at this nigga, and me and my other man stopped him like, yo, no, you are not losing your job today. Right. Even with that was an emotional loss of composure.
Yeah, right? And here's the thing, I might consider what you're about to do justified.
Yep, because I did. But I'm not gonna let you lose your job, B. I'm not gonna let you lose your job. And then there's been other situations where I was in charge, and some shit kicked off. And
y'all go down to the break.
Go down to the locker room. Go down there and handle that. Ain't nobody else here. Go handle it. Get that off. Now my man's walked out. My man's walked out victorious. So you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But there is no situation where you were supposed to be at the workplace with your fucking phone live doing, bro. Really?
And the funny thing about it is, right?
What up, Patriot?
What up?
Yo said challenge them to a duel.
The funny thing about it is the grapevine at my job is tremendous. Oh, you'll find some shit out.
I bet.
It ain't hard. And especially me. I go everywhere. I have to talk to everybody, basically.
Right.
So I found out something happened the day before I went back out there. Like, because one of the people downtown was on the phone with somebody talking about the situation. But because I only had one side of the conversation, I couldn't really piece it together. I just knew something happened.
Right.
And the last thing I heard from the person that was talking on the phone was, well, maybe they'll probably fire him. And I was like, okay, interesting. I wonder what happened. Because again, like I said, you don't be getting fired from my job.
Right.
And even if you do, matter of fact, this lady got fired a couple weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure I could get fired from your job.
Here's the thing. This lady got fired a couple weeks ago. She was back the next week. Like, seriously, like it is very difficult.
You work at a comic book universe? Is people die and shit and you coming back and shit?
Right, nigga. So like I said, yeah, before I went out there, I heard something happened.
Mhm.
No idea what it was. When I got out there, one of the agents filled me in, and I was like, oh.
Oh my.
Yes.
Well, damn.
Funny thing about that is, so before I left, I ran into that manager that asked me to put the thing on the computer.
Right.
She was like, hey, listen, about that thing I asked you, don't worry about it.
Oh my.
I'm like, okay.
Oh my.
I'm not gonna ask another question.
No. Peace,
All right,
bro.
peace out.
Like,
I'm not gonna ask another question. You got it.
So remember earlier we was talking about cats?
Sure.
Give me a second.
That's funny. See, ha! He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the power. He thinks he has the power. I think in his old age, he's reverting more to the grump of it all, and he doesn't have the patience to do the things that are necessary. It's okay. It's all right. At some point, the cat will get older, and it'll grow out of this phase, hopefully. But the rest of their cats have, so I'm gonna assume that this cat will follow suit, at least to a degree, to a certain degree, because the second youngest don't do that mess no more, and she was wilding out when she first came. So, yeah, all I know is, you know how like somebody will do something and somebody will say like, this is a perfect example of how to not behave. I can't even say that for this situation because it's so extreme that I wouldn't have expected anyone to behave this way. I'm not getting a cat, Chrissy. So,
Little bastard.
Yeah, I know. Yo, see this bullshit?
What's that?
See this bullshit?
Oh.
I told you these niggas, both her and my mother. Like,
why don't we just go get a cat, B?
Shut up.
Cat. Not you, them.
Oh, yo, she has 2 cats. But they aren't because they aren't hers. They live in the house with her, but they're not actually her pets.
First of all, there's no such really. The cat chooses.
That's facts.
The cat chooses. Like you can board it, owned it, whatever. The cat gonna like who the cat gonna like.
That's facts.
So
that's all facts.
They don't. Most cats don't. They don't feel owned.
Right.
We only had one cat that felt owned.
Mm-hmm.
That was JB. Like he knew where the fuck he lived, who his peoples were, and wherever we is, that's where he gonna be, and that's it. Right. That's it. See this collar? This is a badge, motherfucker. Like, that's how he looked at that shit.
See, there you go. That's your cat.
See, that's your cat.
Talking about you should get it.
What you there? Want no little motherfuckers in there going all through your shit, hanging from your mic stand and shit.
Right. Anyway, since this nigga want to speak up all of a sudden, I got off early yesterday, and we went to my parents' house to do the little grill thingy because it is Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, true.
So we did the little grill thingy. Yeah, we did the little grill thingy. That was all fun. Enjoyed time with them and whatnot. Let me see. Oh, this goddamn trip. So you go visit my mother's cat because that's as close as this is gonna get. So I just would like to say that one of my best friends in the world, my ace,
your ace boom,
is delusional as fuck. And here's the thing about that. It is so annoying. It is so annoying, but he loves you though. So talking about he crazy. He loves anyway.
He loves you.
So delusional as fuck, and I can't really go into detail about it, but this motherfucker be on some other type shit. Like, so dang, I kind of want to go into detail now because like I don't want to, but I want to. Just know this motherfucker delusional, and he be on some bullshit. And so I'll give examples.
Right.
So like so he'll do something that goes against all general convention and all socially and generally acceptable practices. And then when there's consequences for it, he'll complain.
Yeah.
And when you explain to him that this is how things work
in the real world,
he'll respond, well, I never said it didn't work like that. So one situation happened recently, and he was like, well, I don't see why they can't just leave me alone and blah, blah, blah. I get my work done, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. I don't understand why such and such. I said, no, he said, why won't they just let me do my work? And I said to him, because this particular thing that you did is a no-no in common work culture, in office culture. Right. You don't do that thing. Right. I never said it would. No, we're not doing that. You asked me a question.
And I'm answering.
I gave you an answer.
Right. If you did, come on, bro.
Come on. Like shit like that. And it's all the time though. like that. Like this nigga really said to me, I don't see a problem with me being a little late every day.
Wait, hold up.
Stew on that. I'll be right back.
So no, this is working. He don't see the problem with him being a little late every day. You know, it's funny. I've hired people. I've fired people. Everybody that I ever hired pretty much always said that they would come to work on time. There was an understanding that I'm going to hire you to work from this time to that time. There may be an occasional overtime situation, but for the most part, you're hired to work from this point to that point.
That's funny.
And people fill the application out. They agree to it. Oh yeah, please hire me. And then they get in that motherfucker and start saying shit like, I don't see what there's a problem with me.
Bro, you're saying I don't feel like I don't see the problem with being a little bit late every day. And when he said it, I gave him a life jacket because I was like, ain't no way this nigga really just said what I thought he said.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm like, nah, like a little bit late every day. I said, no, you understand that a little bit late every day is a problem, right? And he was like, no, I feel like it shouldn't be a problem being a little bit late every day. Like, he really means this. Okay. I said, well, apparently that's because you don't have a company. You aren't in charge. You don't have to deal with this type of thing.
Yeah.
Or even if I had a company, I think all right.
Yeah, you say that.
Bet. Like,
how come is it that a lot of people who have never ran a business know all about how to run a business?
Bruh. Couldn't tell you.
Because honestly,
that's some bullshit.
That's horse shit.
If it was okay for you to be a little bit late every day, your scheduled hours wouldn't be your scheduled hours.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that literally makes no sense. Like no problem for who?
Right. If you're supposed to work 9 to 5, you're supposed to be there from 9 to 5.
Yo, and then in the situations too where you could be relieving somebody.
That's another
And
thing.
they don't want to be standing around there having to be on the
My
clock
mother be
because of
dealing
your
with that
ass.
shit. Mm-hmm.
I
My
don't.
mother be dealing with that shit.
That's just a level of selfishness right there that is it's a bit much. It's a bit much. And the idea that you say that unironically is kind of
With a double down though.
yeah.
Like I gave him the escape rope. I'm like, nah, every day. Nigga, what?
You should be able to be late every day.
Every day. A little bit late every day.
There are some cultures, right,
Mm.
that aren't as hung up on time management. This ain't one of them.
This ain't one of them. Go move.
This ain't one of them.
And here's the thing. There are certain jobs and certain positions,
Yes.
certain
Yes.
situations
Yes.
that might allow for this type of thing. For instance, I could probably get away with that.
Mhm.
However, my job is kind of cushy. There's no reason for me to rock the boat.
Right. So why would you even
Why
give
would
them
I
a-
even?
Yeah.
And the problem
says I used to get chastised for showing up early to my last job because some places don't really want you hanging around.
they're trying to spend the extra money.
Yeah, that's what it is. Especially if you punch in
Right.
early, yeah, they're gonna be on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be on your ass. They literally refer to that at one of the jobs I worked at as theft.
Yeah, round the clock.
Stealing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
stealing. I had to fire somebody who I want not to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Me and her was cool, super cool, right? But when you start doing shit like this, where the shift, you're basically done. You should be punched out. And they made the rule that if your work is done and there's a grace period, your work is done before such and such, you all together, you can just punch out. We don't want you on the clock,
Mm-hmm.
not doing nothing for another 10 minutes. Nah, she would do that shit.
Yeah.
She would do that shit. And she'd be up there by the fucking front desk talking to the security guard. And they came to me about it. One time, they said, one of your employees, she's stealing time. When she's done, she's out there on that damn by the front talking or whatever. And when we look at what time she punched out, she actually punched out her regular time, but she was done before then.
Mm.
The reason we know that she wasn't doing nothing is because the other shift comes in early in the morning and we worked overnight. They would literally see her and somebody gonna snitch.
Right.
They're gonna snitch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're gonna snitch. The first people that come in
That's
are
funny.
supervisors.
That's funny because it kind of goes with this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So this nigga, literally, everybody in his department. Now they do different things, but when I say department, I mean like they're under one person.
Yeah.
Everybody in his department comes to work early. So it's noticeable when 9 o'clock hit and you ain't there.
Right.
On top of the people that do payroll, like ride his punches like this.
I mean, it's like I said, bro, like that is a remarkable sense of entitlement. You rarely see shit.
I'm willing to say it. I've never.
Well, no, as a supervisor, I've seen when I was supervisor, I seen some shit that'll make your hair turn white from motherfuckers with that entitlement. It's like, what? You think we supposed to let you do that? You think you tough? Man, if you don't get the fuck off my clock, no, I'll punch you out. Right. I'll punch you out here. And if you got a problem with it, I'll punch you out.
All right.
But right here, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
The fuck is you doing? Like,
I think there's a fundamental disconnect with him between something being stupid,
right,
and something that he shouldn't do.
Right.
You think just because you don't agree with something, you shouldn't have to do it.
And that's
not how
reality,
life
dude.
works.
That's not reality. That ain't reality. I disagree with a bunch of motherfuckers.
A great many things.
About the fact that they breathing.
Hey,
I live near them.
Hey,
a great many things, but I legally can't do anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
It is what it is, and you just gotta deal with it.
Like that, the sense of entitlement is crazy. These people like that, and he may not be one of them, but people like that. When you start to it's compound interest with that, because it's one thing here that they feel entitled about. It's another thing here they feel entitled about. Another thing here they feel entitled about. And it's like you weren't really truthfully socialized, were you? Because when you live in a society, there are certain expectations to be able to live around other people and get along with and work with other people. You wasn't really socialized if you think that you can do what everybody else will get in trouble for, and you think you should be allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean ass.
But again, it's not just that he thinks he should be able to do it and get away with it. He thinks there should be no punishment for it. Right.
Nah, that's not happening, bro. Listen, I am not. Majestic Comics is not at the point where we have salaried employees or hourly employees. Most of our employees are work for hire.
Right.
And most of this work is done online.
Right.
They do it. They do have it's a time frame, but you choose and pick the times you're going to work this and get it done just as long as it's done when we need it to be done, right? But if the day ever comes where we have a structure like that, if you think you're going to bring your monkey ass in here 10 minutes late every day and keep your goddamn job,
nah,
you're bugging.
It's not how that works.
It's not how that works. And also, don't go off of what I did, because I own the place.
Bruh, here's the sometimes I feel like it's a detriment him knowing the freedoms that I have. Sometimes I think that ends up being
you know what? That's what it is, bro.
Sir, I have been with this company for 15 years.
Yeah.
My direct supervisor is a vice president of the company. I have a couple of benefits that are not afforded to you, sir.
You can't do what I do, sir.
No.
Like for instance, I rap. You don't do that. I be video editing and shit. You don't do that. I even do a bit of graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that.
I dabble.
So you can't do. I write comic books.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do what I do in every single case.
No.
Now there are times where I will leave out of a building, open up a car door, get in it, and drive away. You can do that.
Mm-hmm. There's a vehicle. Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was some things you ain't gonna be able to do that I can do.
It's just not realistic, and
it's not realistic, and you should not assume you should be able to do that.
No, he should not.
To
be fair, that's just my assumption.
Right.
He's never said this to me.
No, but you're just peeping observation.
Right.
It's observational data.
Yeah, that's it.
You think because I have this leeway, you
right, like you leave early. Yes, because I'll be here early.
Yeah. Also, seniority is a thing.
It's
too.
a thing.
You work at a place for 15 years, they're going to give you a lot of leeway. Mm-hmm. Because one thing they know about you, if nothing else, well, it's two things. They know you know your job, because if you didn't and you was fucking up, you'd have been gone.
You'd molested, yeah.
And also they know you are a consistent worker who will come to work every day or the days you're supposed to, and very rarely miss because of some bullshit.
Facts.
You know?
At least that they know of.
That they know of, right. Right. So you can't compare the conditions on the ground for me to the conditions on the ground for you.
Right.
You can't compare those.
Not even that far. Even if somebody might have been working at the company not as long as him, but they're always on time.
Right.
If they 15 minutes late, it's not a problem.
Nobody's going to say anything because obviously there was a problem that this person could not get in there because they typically get in there on time and never late. So you gonna have some. It's about people earn the benefit of the doubt,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain shit. If SBJ tells me certain things that was supposed to go down that didn't go down, he has earned the benefit of the doubt for me for the reason. Oh, well, shit happens,
right?
But if you're the type of person where that shit you never seem to follow through, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to assume, nah, you just didn't do that because your ass.
Right.
You are.
Yeah,
that's right.
So more power to him. I hope he get his shit together because.
So, Mike, we do have a concept that we're working out for the tabletop RPG. Extra B and Extra B game. We 100% do. We even have designs for the board and things of that nature, but we're still piecing it together. It's going to have something to do with. I don't want to spoil too much because some of it has to do with the story, but it's definitely going to be involving characters. Shoosh. It's going to be involving characters that are very important to the story. And once you read the story, you'll understand the hierarchy and why the rules are in the game the way they are.
So, Mike, yes.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? But the actual issue that I was talking about it has nothing to do with that. It's something else that I had. It's something that is inevitable. It's something that's going to happen. And recent times had given me hope. Don't give me hope. That when it happens, the conversation between him and I would be smooth. But Friday, this nigga just doubled down on the delusional. So now I'm thinking whenever we have to have this conversation, it's not going to go smooth.
It's not.
And
because he really he's convinced himself that that's a thing.
Oh, and it's sad. Love this nigga. But when you're wrong,
you're wrong.
It's that simple, Will.
And honestly, you're doing them a favor.
Oh, yeah.
Because better you than somebody with the power to fire his ass had that conversation with him or write him up. You know, like he should rather hear that from you than from them, because by that point they've already earmarked your dismissal at some point. Like they put it there like this is a warning. You're earmarked, sir.
No, it don't matter. He don't listen to me. That's one of those context clues, right? I've been at this job 15 years. Pretty much do.
I know how to not get fired, yo.
Yeah, I pretty much do whatever I want within reason because I get my fucking work done.
Right.
And I think it's safe to say that I've navigated these streets relatively well.
Yeah.
Common sense would tell you if that guy says something to you about how this company works, you might listen.
You would think, but
you would think.
You would be wrong.
Because nigga.
You would think, but you would be wrong.
All right, dumbass of the week.
I thought we already covered a couple of dumbasses.
Shut up. We absolutely did. Honestly. Especially that one Asian.
Oh my goodness.
But Saw this post. How can you hate a job that pays your bills, but love a man that don't?
Wait a minute.
Good night,
hold up.
everybody.
What was that?
How can you hate the job that pays your bills, but love a man that don't?
Who said that?
This idiot.
So she. Wait.
Yep.
What?
It was a she.
What? So. Wow. Which Earth? Earth 3? Earth
I
5?
couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
So you don't get that you can work someplace.
I flushed the comic book down the toilet.
Yeah, after you read that, he's like, man,
there's no reason for me to.
this ain't no good. This ain't gonna be worth.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be worth shit.
Nah, dude.
This ain't gonna be worth shit,
Bruh.
yo. So she don't get the.
So first of all,
what?
You're doing that thing that dumbasses do, where they take words that sound and are spelled the same, but mean different things, and directly comparing them. When it is said that your job pays your bills, it is being said that your job affords you a living
So that
will enable you to
Yes.
pay your bills.
maybe.
Right. That's not the same thing as a man paying your bills.
No.
Your job doesn't pay your bills.
No.
Your job gives you the potential to pay your
Pay your own bills.
right.
They don't tell you what to spend this money on. You
There's
doofus.
absolutely nothing wrong. In general, there are people that take it to the extreme, of course.
Of course.
There is absolutely nothing wrong in general with people not liking their job.
Nigga, I've only worked 3 jobs in my life that I liked.
I've only worked 2 jobs in my life, and both of them was pretty cool, and both for the same company.
Right.
But I empathize with the idea. There were times at both of these motherfucking positions that I was not fond of it.
Right.
Overall, I like both of them, but there are times absolutely when I was not fond of it. That's just how that works. You're not gonna like everything you have to do.
You're not gonna like everything you have to do. I think that is the main crux of this entire thing. You're not gonna like everything you have to do. So what the fuck are you talking about? Also, there are plenty to flip on the other side. There are plenty of relationships where the man and the woman don't even live in the same place, but they're in a relationship and she pays her own bills at her own house. And she loves him and he loves her.
Correct.
What are you talking about? Right, right, Cindy. That's called life.
Relationship discourse, Twitter. Even though this didn't come from Twitter, but I'm just gonna call it Twitter because you know how that goes. Relationship discourse, Twitter be fucking y'all up.
Yeah, dude.
Y'all just don't like. See, and the funny thing about when I see this type of shit on Twitter or social media, period. Often some of these things come from the same people that be telling people to go touch grass.
Yes.
But you're sitting here on the internet propagating this bullshit. Like when somebody says something you don't agree with, you tell them that they spend too much time on the internet.
Yeah.
But you're sitting here spending time on the internet propagating
saying dumb shit.
Bullshit.
Saying dumb shit.
Like,
yo, to be honest with you, that's one of the reasons why I refuse to follow and consume content about relationships because
facts.
The way
I will consume content about relationships in a very specific situation. That situation being I'm a fan of what this one person does, and I have no indication that they be on some toxic bullshit.
Right. Okay.
Outside of that, yes, I'm with you.
I don't. For me, I just don't have an interest in hearing y'all wax poetic about relationships and shit.
Also, these people that I'm talking about don't be on that bullshit.
Right. Like it might be a topic that comes up in the course of other topics that they talk about. But I'm talking these content creators where their entire shit is focused on that. There's people I know that started podcasts on that, and these are some of the worst people.
Yo, you just reminded me. I saw it. I was not gonna bring it up, but since you just said that, The nigga Derek Jackson, right?
Yeah, he back.
Well, he ain't never really left. He was only gone for like 2-3 months. But here's the thing.
When I saw him, he was on the Country Wayne skits now. He's on Country Wayne skits.
Oh no, he's still doing the other shit too.
Gross.
So here's the thing. His wife just did an interview. This nigga has been treating her like shit their entire relationship. Their entire relationship. This relationship guru has been treating her like shit.
You mispronounce goober.
Yo, the nigga was cheating on her before they got married. Before they got married, he was cheating on her. And then it just continued throughout the marriage.
And this motherfucker got on social media. This is why I gotta be careful, man. This motherfucker got on social media and galvanized the audience of people that were listening to shit he was saying, getting into arguments with their spouses about it offline. This same motherfucker that was cheating on his wife before they were married, while they were married.
Right.
This same motherfucker that's running around here talking all this shit and being uber judgmental was literally doing the things that he was being judgmental to other dudes about.
And his justification, which proves my point that I make, I don't ever actually have conversations with these people who think this way, but I say this every time I see the shit. Is it possible for a man to be financially responsible for everything that happens in your household? Absolutely.
Yes.
And if there's someone who is capable and willing to do that,
fine.
Good. More power to you.
Yep.
However, this idea of having it as a requirement and using the fact that it's what happened in the old days as a reason. Well, guess what else happened in the old days?
He
was cheating on her. He was beating her. She was his property. He had a whole nother family over here.
Oh, we're on the other side of town.
Family over here. And what did this nigga do? He was cheating on her before they got married. He provided her the lifestyle for her. He provided the house. He paid the bills. But he was cheating on her the whole time.
Bro, I feel like I've been having this conversation for the last 2 weeks about the idea of shaking that shit off. Come to the realization that a huge percentage of us were raised by some toxic, out of pocket.
And the worst part about it is, as a child, rightfully so, they didn't expose you to that.
No.
They didn't let you know that that's the type of shit they were doing. And
No.
And as an adult, it never came back up. There's no reason for you to ever ask them again. You just go off with your experiences. Oh, my daddy loved my mother. He never did anything to her. He paid all the bills, blah, blah, blah. Your daddy got 2 other families. You got siblings that you walk by every single day and don't know.
They don't know you. You don't know them.
But there was no reason. You had to stay in the child's place. There was no reason for you to know any of this stuff.
Right. But we need to shake some of this shit off, bro. Because a lot of these perceptions about how things used to be, they were never that.
Right.
Or they came with a B-side.
And let me be clear. I'm not saying that simply because a man pays for everything means that he is going to cheat.
Yeah, you better make that clear because they're going to try to. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you guys is, oh, God damn it. And that reminds me of another thing. These motherfuckers, you so often on here, and I know it confuses some people because I probably do a poor job of explaining it. I often say something is true only because it's true. So, like, for instance, when you say stuff like it was like that back then because women couldn't get jobs, right? And this motherfucker comes. I've started saying this recently. Motherfuckers come back with, no, black women had jobs. They were caretakers. So clearly, you don't understand what we're saying. Clearly, we're having different conversations
and this is why I don't. Because
Yes, that is true. But it is only it does not it is true, but it does not serve to contradict the point that I'm making.
No, and when I've actually had to have this conversation with friends, old friends of mine, male friends of mine, who say black women didn't never have no need for feminism and all some shit. I said, that's bullshit. And you're saying that because they didn't have the same issues as white women had, that they didn't have issues with misogyny and men being toxic.
Absolutely,
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Demonstrably.
Stop trying to place yourself outside the box of the problem.
It's the
my guy.
where women can't open a bank account without their husband's permission. Right. And when that was implemented, black women weren't considered humans. Okay. But once they are considered humans, you don't think they get put into the woman category?
Exactly.
So they've now inherited
all of that,
all the misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So you're assuming that once we became human in the law,
right, legally,
that black women could just go open up bank accounts, and they could just go do this and go do that.
They still couldn't.
Right. Like, what? They're still women. That's what intersectionality is.
Bro, this is why, like I said, man, like
intersectionality be fucking
most of yes, it does. Most of the people that I have seen, in the most extreme cases anyway, that do that sort of content, they lean heavily on traditions of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And my question to them always is, whose tradition?
Often traditions are only traditions because they're traditions. That's funny. Same thing as the whole thing about being true only because it's true. Often traditions are only traditions because they're traditions.
Yeah, not because they make sense.
Not for any good reason for them to continue, except for this how my mom and them used to do it.
Yeah, that's your reasoning?
Yeah.
Again,
only reason? No, that's not.
You got to shake it off.
Yeah.
Yo, I've been literally saying that for the last 2 weeks to people. Yo, shake it off. Mm-hmm. That shit, a lot of shit that we was taught was bullshit.
Oh, thanks.
Shake it off, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to look like the dinosaur as these kids outgrow it and go beyond it, and your old ass still stuck on stupid with that shit. Mm-hmm. Shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. A lot of that shit is useless.
Completely.
It does not change. It does not change your life for the better, especially given the fact when more people are shaking it off and you're still living by that and trying to shame people who don't, as if you know something. How could you? You're literally using ideas from people back in the day. You have no ideas of your own.
Society has changed.
It's so funny. These motherfuckers, this is hilarious, because these motherfuckers will straight up say or give off the perception that they're radical when they're only spewing the stuff that their grandfathers said.
Radical and conservative generally don't go together.
No, they don't. They don't. Not generally.
You can be radically right.
Right.
But generally, conservative, the word conservative and the actual definition and the word radical generally do not.
Yeah, it's hard to put things together. But again, they really think they saying some high tech shit. Bro, you're only saying what your grandfather and them said back in the day.
That? Yeah.
You're a dinosaur.
No different. You're a mimic.
That's not to say that everything your grandfather said was wrong.
No.
You gotta understand where he was raised, the time he was raised in, what the reality was, where they were forming these opinions around.
Yeah.
That's not where we live now. And you try to shape everything now into what it was back then. You look crazy. You look crazy. I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna buy this horse and carriage. Fuck that car, nigga. Nigga, really? That's what you want to do?
Yeah. Oh, but hold up. Another example to that. Using some of those elements. There was a point in time where everybody owned horses.
Everybody owned horses, B.
Now the rich own horses.
Now the rich own horses, and little girls dream that one day they get. You know what I'm saying? Like
things change.
Things change, big. Like
there was a point in time where lobster was the food of the poor.
Yeah, yup. And now I eat it.
Now it's a delicacy
every chance I get.
So like there is no. You know how we say there's no action independent of belief?
Yeah, belief and form.
There is no tenet that is independent of the times of society.
Yeah. Like it has a lot to do with it.
Right. Like this yo. God damn it, Discord.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, yo, people, tomatoes were illegal at one point. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, so like things change for various different reasons that you at least need to acknowledge that they change for.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You can make an argument if you choose or why they shouldn't have changed.
Sure.
You can make the argument. But to say that they haven't and to try to operate in an environment where they have, you just seem dumb.
Yeah.
You seem dumb.
Yo, I had to let's go say hey. So I was having this conversation with somebody. Actually, no, I can't tell this story on the podcast.
Damn it!
Damn! I'm so upset. Damn! I'm glad I remembered.
Right?
Nigga. But no, I can't tell that story.
Damn it!
Oh man. Anyway, so we're gonna do some one of the favorite segments on here, because here's the thing. I failed to mention we ended up filling the time, but I had two topics I wanted to talk about. These good topics too. I'm like, yeah, we gonna kill this shit.
Damn.
I took the links, put them in my doc for my notes. Didn't realize that they were Facebook stories, so they're now gone. They're expired. So I have no idea what either one of them are anymore.
Damn it!
So we're gonna play a few rounds of M.I.V. asshole. All right.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you get these things right, you can get a home version of the game.
Thanks. All right, go. Contestant number one.
That's facts too, McKenna.
All facts. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to dress better on date night?
To dress better?
Nigga.
Yo, you in trouble, dude.
Reading that headline alone?
We do. We do the theme song for Am I the asshole? That's a fact. Yo,
what
is wrong with this? So he don't want to be in a relationship,
bro. This is what I'm. Let me read it. So we had decided to go out on the weekend, and I suggest going somewhere fancy. She says okay, and I find an upscale Chinese restaurant and show it to her. She says cool, and we agree to spend the evening there.
Okay.
Fast forward to the evening.
Sounds good.
I see her dressed in a t-shirt and worn down jeans. I ask her why she's not wearing a dress, and she just replies she doesn't feel like it. I'm like, okay, but I told you it's a fancy place. And she's like, it's just a Chinese restaurant. So I pull up their Instagram and I try to show her their feed to convince her that it's upscale, but she doesn't even want to look at it. I ask her again to dress appropriately. And this time she's pissed and she says, we're not going anywhere tonight. We haven't talked since then. It's been a day now. She usually likes to dress up, even when we go to a normal bar. This is leaving me confused. All right, that was the first thing that he said that made me feel anything for him. Am I the asshole here? Edit. Just wanted to make a few things clear. The place has a dress code. Smart, elegant. So not really dressy and not too casual either. I wasn't asking her to specifically wear a dress, but just to dress a bit better. We live together and I know her wardrobe. And a dress is usually what she prefers to wear when she dresses up. I looked at a few posts and stories on their page, and in most of them, the women seem to be dressed up. I did not want her to feel uncomfortable when we got there, and she's pretty self-conscious. All right, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. He made a face turn towards the end of this post.
Yes, he
Like
did.
at the beginning, I was like, nigga, you all the way
bugging. Because
Like-
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yo, I know you ain't sit there and just tell your girl
to dress appropriately.
you gonna wear that.
Bruh!
Yo,
Like,
yo,
what are we
yo, you
What
crazy.
are
But
we
no,
doing? But now that he adds all the
retrospect, if you add the
context.
context to it.
She usually
No.
does dress up. They have a dress code. They have pictures on their Instagram of
Yeah,
people there,
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
dressed up.
Yeah.
Ah,
I gotta side with my guy right here.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
I
you
got-
making things difficult when you don't have to. You
Yeah.
have a wardrobe there to wear there.
right.
Just
Yikes. Good spin. See, I like the ones, my favorite ones are the ones where the headline is one thing and
Me
you're
too.
sure, and then the context is like, oh,
especially since I really want to proclaim you an asshole. Like that's
Yeah,
what I want.
facts.
I feel like the percentage of the time is a greater percentage of the time you're an ass.
and I agree with McKenna 100% on this one. He may have worded it.
Worded it. Mm-hmm. That's
We
true.
don't know exactly what he said.
That's
with his
true.
tone, but given the context, gotta go with not
Yeah.
the asshole.
Yeah,
I gotta
Yeah.
go with not the asshole.
Got
With-
to.
with all the extra context.
got to.
Yeah, no, she
And girlfriend,
she
girlfriend,
kind of wilding a little
girlfriend,
bit.
you got a closet with clothes, and he knows what you got.
Or
Put it on.
you can say, I don't really
I don't
like this.
feel like
Yeah,
dressing up. Let's
yeah,
go someplace
Let's
else.
go somewhere else. You see, conflict resolution works on both sides.
It
Either
really
one
does.
of the people could have started the path to resolution.
Right.
And I feel like this nigga said he asked her to dress appropriately.
Right.
So that's not what you say. That's those aren't the words you use when you talk to a
No.
girl. No.
I have had this conversation with other male friends about how they talk to their girl. I said, look,
Yo, Sam.
Sam,
Sam depends on what shoes she had on. If she had on the Hey Dudes, then she was right.
yo. But nah, yo, like I've had this conversation with some male friends about how they talk to their significant other.
Mm.
Not because I wasn't uninvited to have the conversation because I would have minded my fucking business.
Right.
But in the case, I was invited into the. Yo, I tell people all the time. You set a precedent for every fucking thing you do in that relationship,
Facts.
especially early on.
Facts.
If you wilding your woman out,
Mm-hmm.
she wilding you out
Mm-hmm.
because you set the precedent. You set the tone for it. This is acceptable for her to call you all kinds of motherfuckers. This is
Right.
acceptable for you to call her all kinds of bitch, this bitch, that bitch.
Right.
You set that precedent. So it's a certain tone that I refuse. And I've known this since I was young. First start date, there's a certain tone I refuse to use with my significant other.
Yeah.
And when there's been situations where I've been with women, they can't toe that line, can't keep that civil tongue in their head, be angry, you can get loud, all of that. But it's a certain tone that I'm not going to take with you because you're supposed to be my love thing. I'm not doing that. If you can't reciprocate that, we're not going to be together. Because I have seen too many times situations that degenerate from that end up becoming physical because it's a certain type of, it elevates the anger, it elevates the whatever. We're not even doing that. Like, be angry. Yo. But there's a certain level that certain tone I'm not going to take with you and you're not going to take with me because it can elevate into something really stupid. And you wind up saying words you can't take back.
Mm-hmm.
You wind up saying shit you can't take back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how shit gets interpreted. You can't tell a person how they interpret it once you said the shit. They're going to interpret it the way they see it. And it will erode that affection, those bonds of affection that you have with that person. So I don't be doing that shit. I don't be doing it. And I don't be putting up with it. Nope. We not doing that.
Nah.
I will
Not at
not be all these type of motherfuckers. You will not be all these type of bitches. That's not happening.
Nah,
That's not. Nah.
absolutely not. Yeah, there's certain hard lines, and that's one of them.
Yeah, we not doing that in this relationship. We gonna discuss what the fuck it is we got a problem with and be angry. That's fine. That's human. But we not gonna do that goofy shit. This ain't the street. Fuck out.
Yeah,
that's why I stopped fucking with certain type of
yeah,
because of that shit right there. Because you don't know how you don't know how to talk to a motherfucker. And I will not be talked to in a certain time. I will walk away from your ass. Bye.
Right.
Bye.
All right, next contestant. Am I the asshole for refusing to forgive my cousin for stealing from me, even after she got sick? Okay.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Am I the asshole for refusing to forgive my cousin for stealing from me, even after she got sick? My cousin and I were like sisters growing up. We lived near each other, and we spent a ton of time at each other's houses. One day, 5 years ago, her mom dropped her off while I was in the bathroom, and in the 10 minutes it took me to get out, she took all of my money from my room, about $150,
No!
and like half of my clothes, all the best ones.
All
My
right, hold
aunt,
on. Just on some hood shit. I got that quick.
Wait. My aunt, her mother, was in on it.
Oh, it's an inside job.
Wait. And they drove off all while I was still on the toilet. My parents and I tried to get the stuff back, but the police wouldn't do anything about it. And I think they ended up thrifting most of the clothes. My parents, my older sister, and I completely burned my cousin and aunt out of our lives. But the rest of the family stayed neutral about it. We refused to attend any event where they'd also be. And I haven't even said her name since. I wasn't upset when she got cancer last year. Yikes. It was looking pretty bad for a while. My aunt asked me to come see her so she could apologize, but I refused even then, which alienated a lot of my extended family.
Oh, we're going to talk about that part.
She's doing a lot better now and is expected to pull through. Not that I care either way. Where I might be the asshole is how I've been acting since. My former cousin wants to make amends. I guess it took almost dying for her to pretend to have morals. She even offered to pay me back for what she stole, but I'm not interested. She betrayed my trust for what was basically pocket change and only wants my forgiveness to feel better. I don't care if she's sick or not. She's dead to me. Even my parents and my sisters say I'm being cruel, and I should at least see her to move on, but I have no interest in seeing her. Yo, before you say anything, that last part, that's funny. That last part is serious to me because I hate that people do this. The part about you should let her apologize so you move on. That's not what closure is.
No,
that's not what closure actually is. Closure comes from within. A person outside of you cannot give you.
She has to forgive herself for what she did.
Right.
She has to forgive herself first and know that she's a different person and know that she wouldn't do that again.
Right.
That's really where closure comes from. It's not about somebody else doing shit.
Correct.
For you. I will say that when you violate, and this is something that everybody should really take heed to, when you made the decision to violate somebody else, you cannot then tell them how they're going to respond to that violation. Correct. What I'm basically saying to is once you let the keep the door open and the kitten goes out, they're going to dart in any direction they see fit. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Whether or not you can catch them or not, that's a whole other thing.
Mind you, at the time of the incident, they were 17.
Yeah, that don't really.
No, what I'm saying is $150 might be a lot for a 17-year-old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stole $150
and half clothes. And for a 17-year-old girl.
So first of all, I don't think she's the asshole. But let me tell you who is the asshole. The rest of her family.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing that's crazy to me. Her cousin and aunt stole from this girl.
And aunt
stole from her personal belongings and her money and jetted. The rest of the family had nothing to say. Nothing to say. They stayed out of it. They minded their business. I would argue you don't get to mind your business.
No.
That's family.
Mm-hmm.
So you supposed to have at least had an opinion on it. Something. But fine. You chose that route. So years later, when Cuzzo catch the big C, this cousin has already burnt these people out of her life. And why shouldn't she? Y'all did some crackhead shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all got something to say? Now y'all got something to say about how she carrying it?
And it's hard to not believe. Like, it's entirely possible that this may have been weighing on the cousin that stole the shit for years and years and years and years. It's entirely possible. And it's entirely possible that the near-death experience made her realize she doesn't have as much time as she thought she did.
Yes.
But I can't blame the other cousin for thinking that the near-death experience is what made her want to apologize.
Yeah.
I can't blame her for thinking that because you hadn't apologized before.
All this time, you ain't say shit. Y'all was good with it.
Yeah.
Y'all was good with what you did. I got your 150 and half your clothes. I'm sporting your new. Yeah. She probably took pictures of that shit.
4 years. It had been 4 years between the time that she stole the shit and
that's not enough time.
And her getting cancer.
That's not enough time.
Like,
ain't enough time. I'm mad. 4 years. You stole my shit.
Stole my shit. Half of my wardrobe.
we supposed to be family. You did that.
Right.
Nah, you violated. Now,
absolutely.
Now, here's the thing, right? That was straight up crackhead. That was a dope fiend move. Y'all listen. We not even act like that wasn't a dope fiend move. But if it was her choice to say, you know what, I'm gonna forgive that, I wouldn't have been mad at it either. Because that's her personal choice.
Absolutely.
But
yo, McKenna brings up a good point. Also, did only the cousin want to apologize and not the aunt?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because she didn't mention her aunt apologizing.
That was a dope fiend move, B.
Bruh.
That was a dope fiend move.
Like, what?
Nah.
Here's what it seems even more like a drug addict thing because generally there aren't too many situations. Like, yes, there are fringe areas, but there are not too many situations where you live close to each other and your financial situation is that different.
Different from that's true.
So that kind of does lead me to believe that something was going on to where they was having financial trouble.
Right.
And it was like, all right, well, they got money too.
So we're gonna take that.
Let me go ahead and take that.
Let me tell you the thing that'll get you beat the fuck up the most. In Emerson Village, back when I was growing up, and it's probably the same shit now. If you take something from somebody and shit, and the person say to you, "Oh, you saying you took that?" If somebody say, if you got something that belonged to somebody else and you didn't ask for it, and somebody from where we from say to you, "Oh, you saying you took that?" Prepare for it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Hard I work for this
in waves. Oh, you took that. All right. It's coming. So I feel like you said, a 17-year-old, you don't know. That was her. That $150. She probably saved that shit up for
no
the
idea
longest
what
time.
she had to do. Yeah,
man. Yeah, man.
What? I just all right. So next contestant. Am I the asshole for banning my sister-in-law from my house over tomato sauce?
What did she do with the tomato sauce? She put that shit on
your walls?
On my cream-colored couch?
Right.
Fuck, yeah. Let's hear it.
I have an older brother. He is married. I get along with her well, except for this one point. If you don't keep an eye on her.
Stop. It should never be a case. Nigga. When you saying about another grown-ass person, if I don't keep an eye, no.
Actually, she's the oldest person in the situation.
Oh,
she's 33.
Goodness.
The brother is 32, and the person that is writing this is 28.
That's too. They too old. It's just too old in all situations for me to be saying if you don't keep your eye on her, it should never start a description off with that shit right there.
Yo,
never.
If you don't keep an eye on her, she will get into the kitchen and add seasonings to whatever is cooking.
No, she's violating. She's violating. Hold on, wait a minute. I should ask this question.
But wait, hold up. She thinks she is fixing stuff, but not all foods need turmeric in it. Yo. All right, this Saturday.
This is cool, but
right, like, and specifically turmeric, like,
yo,
nigga, no, turmeric does not go in everything.
It's an anti-inflammatory.
Sure. This Saturday, I received 40 pounds of tomatoes. It took me the whole weekend to turn it into a sauce that I was planning to can.
What the fuck was she doing with 40 pounds of tomatoes again?
It don't say why she got it, but
holy shit.
I was planning to can the sauce. I can it plain and then add whatever seasonings and herbs it needs depending on what I'm using it for. Right. Which makes sense because you can be making an Italian tomato sauce, which requires Italian herbs. You could be making an Indian tomato-based sauce, which will require Indian herbs and stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
McKenna says, "Where's Mother Demon when you need her?" Laughing my ass off. Turmeric tomato sauce. She would revolt.
So they came to take a bag of spare clothes for one of their kids, and in the 5 minutes it took me to get it, she managed to get into the kitchen, add salt, pepper, turmeric, olive oil, garlic powder, and Italian herbs to all 5 of the pots that were simmering on the stove. And when I asked her what she was doing, she had the audacity to say, "This sauce needed some taste. I added it for you." Like I've never told her not to touch when I was cooking before. I was so
these brownies taste kind of off. No, this bitch.
I was so angry that I knew I couldn't be calm talking with her. So I simply walked to my brother, told him to take the clothes and his wife, and that she is no longer welcome in my house. She had followed me, was shocked, started apologizing, but I just ignored her. I added that he should come by tomorrow to take the sauce his wife ruined, because otherwise it would be thrown away, and that I expected 40 pounds of replacement tomatoes. They left. He came back with the tomatoes, an apology letter from her, and an apology carrot cake, my favorite.
Whoa.
Is it turmeric and a carrot cake? Hold up, wait. No. So an apology letter from her, an apology carrot cake, my favorite. But I told him that I stand by my decision.
That was a currant cake.
Now my parents got involved since I am the one that usually hosts, and since she is not allowed in my house, I told them to make alternate plans for Memorial Day. My husband says that I am in the right, but my parents say that my reaction is way overblown. So am I the asshole? Edit. Okay. Since there seems to be some confusion, I am not planning to host for Memorial Day and not invite her. I said I'm not hosting. My parents or my brother should host, and I will attend as a guest. I might be angry, but I don't want her excluded. She just can't come to my fucking house.
Here's the thing, bro. No. You are not the asshole.
No.
You are not the asshole.
However you got those tomatoes, you earned them.
Yeah.
And you had something in mind when you were making them, and she fucked that up.
That is a violation.
After apparently countless times of telling her
and being told
stop doing
this
a
serial turmeric adder, and
yo,
she must be stopped.
on the list of word combinations I never thought I would hear in my entire life is serial turmeric adder.
She is a serial turmeric adder, and she must be stopped at all costs. Listen,
Hey,
It's
hey,
a
oh,
violation,
oh, hey, Cindy, watch your mouth about the pineapple, my guy. Like, chill out,
Cindy,
chill out,
exactamundo.
chill out,
What the fuck? What's going on?
chill out. McKenna, that's a fact. Not the asshole. If you have to tell a grown ass adult multiple times to do something and they don't respect. Hey,
Yeah, yo, that part.
Thinking
part
that
right
what you
there.
do is better. I'll give you an example related to my homeboy that I was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
There are plenty of
I
things.
said it got you on
There are plenty of things that he do that's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
That he absolutely should not do.
Right.
There are a couple things that he does that I may have some control over outcomes or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a grown ass man.
That's a grown ass man.
I love him like a brother. I respect him as a man. Yeah. I'm not going to like. I'm still telling me stupid when it blow up in his face.
You motherfucking right.
Yeah,
that's part of the rules.
But he has agency to do whatever it is that he wants to do.
Yeah,
and I'm not about to throw a bunch of turmeric in his face. He had plans, even if it's stupid. He had plans, and he had in his mind envisioned how this was going to go.
Right,
and it would be extremely disrespectful for me to interrupt that recipe.
You know, he had a plan, and the law had a plan. And the law is the best of planners. yo, McKenna said if you don't like the food, you can add your basic bitch colonized spices to your own plate. Get the fuck out of the kitchen. Yo, but here's the thing. All right. I found something to defend her on. I found something to defend her on. Hold up. It's the best I got. Okay, so before y'all judge me, it's the best I got. Okay.
I don't think turmeric is a thing you add after you cook. Cause I'm just saying, like, I don't think you pull out a plate and you about to eat and you're like, oh no, wait.
It needs turmeric.
Let me get this turmeric. Like, I think if you add turmeric, you want to cook with it. I don't think
there's another option.
Oh, okay.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it. But this shit here. That shit there is whack, dude.
That shit is
That's
wild.
Whack, yo.
Like, what the fuck you mean? Get the fuck out of my kitchen. What are you doing?
No, get the fuck out of my house.
Here's the thing. I have a question.
Right.
Did you no turmeric has its applications, Discord, but everything ain't it. I have a question. Did you walk in and catch her?
That's what I want to know.
Each of these individual things
I want to know.
Or did you come in there and she say to you, "Hey, I added a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that"?
Yo, that's what I want to know.
Which one of those was the scenario?
That's what I want to know, B.
Nigga. Because you gave me a list of what she added, but you ain't say how you found out.
Right.
What she added.
Right. Listen.
Right, McKenna. You don't put turmeric and Italian seasoning in the same thing generally. That's not how that's supposed to work.
Listen, y'all. It's an anti-inflammatory. So
yes, absolutely.
Just try to help people.
Y'all.
Boy, I'd have kicked out my house so goddamn fast. She wouldn't have got her coat.
Hey, take these clothes and your wife and get the fuck out.
Yo, I need you.
Literally, Cindy. Literally,
wife,
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness. I need you, your wife, and your little dirty ass crotch fruit. Get the fuck out my house. Your little crotch demons. Get them the fuck out my house.
Yo.
No, we not doing it. I wish a motherfucker would come up in here and stop putting ingredients in some shit that's already being cooked.
And
what's wrong with you?
Everybody agrees with us. Nobody said that she was the asshole.
Yo, you are not allowed. Yo, I knew it was some fuck shit when she started her whole thing off with, if you don't keep an eye on it.
Bruh.
Yo,
You'll say if you don't. Oh, that's funny. The first comment quotes, if you don't keep an eye on her, she will get into the kitchen and add seasons to whatever is cooking. She managed to get in the kitchen, add salt, pepper, turmeric, olive oil, garlic powder, and Italian herbs to all 5 of the pots. And the person was going to say, like, what the fuck? This is so boundary disrespecting, disrespectful, and insulting to what you're cooking. And it wasn't even for her. Right. Not the asshole for being furious. I do think she's learned her lesson now, though. And here's the thing, and OP responds, she thinks we don't season enough. But here's the thing, if I'm making an Indian or Chinese, I toast the spices and I grind them with a mortar and pestle. That's how you're supposed to do it. Right. My Ethiopian friend says that I make spicier food than her mom. But if I'm making mac and cheese, a burger, or mashed potatoes, of course I'm only using, okay. All right, cool. I
she wasn't an asshole. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. She's not the asshole.
And here's the person that commented first is responding back to her and saying, even if you didn't season it at all,
that's facts.
Her behavior is completely
out. She out of line, yo. You don't get to walk in there and do shit. Who
seasons food? They're not only not cooking, but not even eating. Who cares if your tomato sauce is bland? You already gave good advice. You already have good advice. But I'm so fascinated by the pathology of this. What the hell is going through her head? Is it an impulse issue? Does she just think she's a better cook than everyone else?
That's probably part of it too. But Discord says adults that require supervision are given the banhammer regardless of the offense. Yeah. Hey. Because at a certain point, bro, like we all adults said, you know what a violation is. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't coming to say nothing to nobody.
Yo, if you don't keep an eye on them, that means you can't be in my place.
You can't be in my place.
Yo, I'm not about to follow you around.
Here's the reality. You took away that girl's agency for what she was cooking. The reality is, if you was really being super concerned about this and how this was going to turn out, you could have came to her and said to her, look, I think maybe you could use a little, what you think? But instead you went. That's the stuff. You went and did that shit without asking her a goddamn thing, and you do this on a regular basis.
Bro,
get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of my house. Why do you even come over here if you feel like you gotta do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the other thing.
Crazy.
Like, if you don't like how I cook, don't come to my house for dinner.
Facts. That's like a motherfucker coming in your house. You go to the bathroom, and when you come back out, your whole living room is redecorated. I think the lamp should go over here. If you don't get the fuck out my house,
you will never come into my place again.
Fuck out of here, man.
Here's the thing, even if I like it, even if I like what you did, I might keep it that way. Yeah, you'll never see it again.
You violated, B. You can't be doing that.
You can't do
my
shit. This is somebody else's. Like, you can't be violating people's agency like that, man.
Don't you think that TV would be better over? Look, man.
Nobody
asked you.
Next contestant. Am I the asshole for insisting my partner skip a work event? I have been with Paul. I'm hoping that's not his real name. I've been with Paul for 4 years. A year ago, we were in a car accident. Paul was driving and 100% at fault. Paul had no injuries, but I broke my back. I was in a back brace for months, and I'm still going to PT. After I was out of the brace, I started going to the gym and running. And at this point, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm really proud of the progress I made. All right, pause real quick. I'd like to say I hate how insurance companies work. The fact that if you're in a car with somebody and they get in an accident, you have to sue them.
Yeah, I hate it, yo. I hate it.
That shit is terrible. Anyway, a month ago, I found out that there was a 10K race on the 1-year anniversary of the accident in a mountain town about 3 hours away. I thought this would be a fun and positive way to spend the day and celebrate my recovery. I suggested this idea to Paul, my 2 best friends, and their partners. The plan was to drive there Friday afternoon, run the 10K Saturday morning, and spend the rest of the weekend exploring the town. Everyone was on board. Paul recently started a new job. It's fully remote, and he hasn't met his coworkers yet. He's supposed to fly to San Francisco to meet his team the Monday after our weekend trip. We knew this when we made our plans. A few days before our trip, Paul told me his bosses now want him to be in San Francisco on Sunday because they got box seats to a Giants game and they want him to come. So he would no longer be able to come on our trip.
I thought he was joking because he makes fun of corporate kiss-ass culture. But he was serious. I told him to explain the situation and that they can't expect him to be available with less than a week's notice. He said he had already told them yes, and he didn't want to backtrack. So I asked him to tell them he forgot he had a wedding to attend or something like that.
Right.
And he said he didn't want to turn down the offer because it would be a really good networking opportunity. I suggested he join on Friday as planned and drive back late Saturday or early Sunday to catch his flight. He said no, because he didn't want to drive 6 hours round trip just for one day. I suggested he fly out of the regional airport nearby, which he also shot down because it would be too expensive. He makes good money, so this shouldn't be a financial burden. I was almost in tears at this point, pleading him to come and telling him how important it was to me. When I realized he wasn't going to budge, I stopped trying to convince him. But I did let him know I was hurt and angered by his decision. The morning I was supposed to leave, Paul was trying to be affectionate and sweet towards me, but I'm still pretty upset. So I was admittedly pretty bitchy to him and rejected all attempts at affection. Now he's upset with me for ruining our last day together and also for pressuring him to skip his work event. I think he's an asshole for prioritizing a baseball game over a celebration of my recovery, especially considering he's the one that caused my injury in the first place. My friends are on my side, but I'd like some unbiased perspective. Yeah, no. I'm not even conflicted on this one. Like,
No, not at all.
The nigga fucked your back up. You corrected that mistake. Wiped it off the slate.
Yep.
And he can't even participate.
In your
celebration.
I found that to be a little weird, and no, I don't think you're the asshole for being mad about that. I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm like, nothing in the story even made me think like, oh yeah, she wildin', or nothing like that. Like, I just,
it's. I'm interested in seeing what the responses was to that.
I lost it already.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
All right, next contestant. Am I the asshole for telling my son I'm not proud of him after he helped his teacher bust half his class for cheating?
Snitch.
All right. My wife and I have two sons, 15 and 19. This relates to the older one. He does pretty good in school, and most of the teachers have nothing but good things to say about him. Apparently, one of his teachers asked him for help catching some kids cheating. The teacher left some fake test answers on his desk and pretended to go to the bathroom. Our son then showed as many people the answers as possible before the teacher came back in. Then he helped the teacher identify who had looked at the answers. We only heard about this a couple weeks after the fact. Apparently, said teacher got into some trouble because more than half your students failing an exam looks bad on you as well as them. It was only then that our son revealed the part he played and that some kids at school are angry with him for helping the teacher. I told him that while kids shouldn't be giving him trouble about that, and I'd help stop if need be, he shouldn't be surprised. I told him he doesn't always need to suck up to authority, and 5 extra points on the test wasn't worth getting 16 other people in trouble. He argued they got themselves in trouble, but I still said he didn't need to help. I basically explained that to the other kids, including his friends. He's saying that he respects the teacher more than he respects them. Nobody will ever trust him after he lied like that. He thought I'd be proud of him, but not for that. All he did was lie to sell out his friends. My wife is on his side and thinks we should be happy he helped enforce the rules. She argues the kids are solely at fault for looking at the answers, and we should be proud our son helped get some troublemakers in trouble. She also thinks I'm teaching him not to respect authority, and I'm going to make him think breaking the rules is right.
Okay, so the teacher is the asshole. I will say.
The teacher is absolutely an asshole.
The teacher's an asshole.
You can't set up kids. 15-year-old children.
Yeah,
15-year-old children.
Their cognitive functioning is not.
Bro.
When it comes to rash, they're more impulsive. But my thing is, We talk about this on the show all the time. You can always mind your fucking business.
You can always mind your fucking business.
Mind your fucking business. It's not
I
worth.
promise you, the success rate of him getting people to look was in the high 80s, low 90s.
Yes.
There might have been 1 or 2 kids that didn't actually look.
Right.
But
right.
Come on now.
They're kids. They're kids.
15.
They're kids making kid decisions. And yes, you will find a small percentage that will be mature enough to go, nah, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to, or scared enough to say, I'm not going to do that. But a large percentage of those children are going to fucking look. And the teacher set them up. And for this student to be ratting, knowing what that's going to do to your experience in school.
How do you not understand? Oh, window looking ass.
No, this nigga said window.
Come on now. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, being a good student is good, should be good enough.
Right.
You shouldn't not have to. You shouldn't feel the need to go above and beyond to run a sting operation.
Yo, that's crazy. That's not even a sting, yo. That's a stink operation. Fuck is you doing that for? These are kids.
These are 15-year-old kids.
These are 15-year-old kids. Of course.
Why didn't the teacher get in trouble for that part? She got in trouble for the low test grades. But why didn't she get in trouble for that part?
But you know what? To me, one feeds the other. Because that's why they got low test grades. Because you that type of teacher, that do some shit like that, you're unfit. You're unfit.
Now, here's the thing. If it was a book, if it was a test that came from some type of book or whatever the case may be, and she purposely opened the book, put it on her desk, and walked out to see if anybody would cheat, and then the consequences would have been less for them if they did, I can get with that. Because you're still trying to teach them a life lesson. Right. I can get with that. But literally telling a child to show as many other of his classmates as he can the answers to the test and then getting mad at them when they do it. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
You violated, and so did the kid. Yo, like you said, your window ass, you fucking Lucy from Charlie Brown ass nigga. You snitching ass nigga. What the fuck? Mind your business. Mind your fucking business. You don't look. You worry about yourself. You don't look. You fucking hall monitor. Fuck is wrong? What? Right. Yes, you're the asshole. The kid's the asshole.
Kid,
Kid's the asshole.
Don't be mad at him. And your wife bugging.
Right.
Your wife bugging.
Your wife is bugging. We should be proud of him for ratting out his entire young ass class and shit for a teacher that set them up. Fuck out of here.
We got a couple.
We got more hall monitors in that.
And that's what it's looking like, my guy.
Bunch of hall monitors.
All right, so
stop running.
Fuck up.
Beat you the fuck up in here.
All right, so
beat you the fuck up in here.
I gotta. These fucking Reddit threads are hard to follow. Because I'm trying to get
what's the teacher?
That's funny. So the person said, the real asshole in the story is the teacher. What a terrible position she put your son in. Facts.
No.
And then someone says, exactly. That's what OP should be teaching his son instead of stop sucking up. Oh, hold up. No, I read the wrong one. Somebody responded that said, right? I will be complaining to the principal and readying a case for the school board and the superintendent, because if the cheating is so rampant that this seemed necessary, this teacher is clearly failing on multiple fronts.
It's unfit.
And then someone says, exactly, that's what OP should be teaching the son instead of stop sucking up. Wildly inappropriate on the teacher's part, but you're the asshole. What? No, nigga.
No.
And somebody else. The teacher is the asshole. They did entrapment on those kids, and the school should be notified of the role your child played.
Yep.
The teacher also has endangered your son because kids at that age are doing all kinds of insane things, up to and including murder. You need to contact the school district about this, confirm whether or not it's true, and file a complaint. Even though the teacher already got in trouble, you should go on record stating that your child has been endangered and potentially ostracized. Right. This won't matter after high school as much, but your child has another 2 to 4 years in this school.
It has to deal with that shit. Kendra said you can be a teacher's pet without. That was my sister. My sister was a teacher's pet without snitching on her fellow students.
Right. Said this won't matter after high school as much, but your child is another 2 to 4 years in the school. You are not the asshole for believing that this shouldn't have happened, but you are the asshole for this. He's saying he respects the teacher more than he respects them. Your child was put in an unfair position by an authority figure and had to make a decision. Whether it was the right or wrong decision, it should have never happened. I can get that.
I agree with that. Like,
I
the
can get
teacher
that.
Violated this kid with he's a kid. He's still a kid too. Right. So teacher, somebody in a place of authority. But my thing is, I'm looking at the mom. It's the mom that's saying that they should be. You raising little snitches over there? It's gonna beat the fuck up. You better stop that shit. You better, man. Listen, I'm telling y'all, there's value in 2 things: shutting the fuck up and minding your fucking business. Are there exceptions to these rules?
Absolutely.
100% there are exceptions to these rules. But in a lot of cases where I be seeing motherfuckers get jammed up, they get jammed up for shit that they didn't really need to even be involved with. And this is one of them. You raised a little punk ass snitch over there to go run the motherfuckers telling her he got there. I'm telling you now, it's not gonna work out good for him. I told my cousin there was a certain type of way he was gonna have to be when he went up to the high school that I already graduated from. I told him, I was like, boy, you ain't from here. I don't know how you managed to pull this off, but you live on the east side and you going to Emerson High. Let me tell you what's really good. Them niggas is crazy. You little, even for your age. Somebody gonna try you. I know you don't want no trouble. I'm not suggesting you get in no trouble. But the first time one of them niggas come out of pocket with you, make a threat, do anything, pick up a chair and slap the shit out of them with it. You're going to get suspended. That's going to happen. But when you come back, you ain't going to have to worry about nobody just trying you out of the blue.
Right.
It took 3 months. The girls liked him. His little short ass could play basketball. He could play the drums. And he knew how to crack jokes because his older cousin is me. Don't get him started. He gonna be on your ass. And here comes the jealousy. One of them little niggas up there was like, this little light skin, this, that, with the big ass. Girls like him, we think he's tough, blah, 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 and tried to bring him a move. And he did exactly what I said, except for it wasn't a chair, it was a desk. And he got suspended. But when he came back, Big Bubba, no trouble. No trouble. You gotta be a certain type of way to survive in these environments. And him being seen as that in that school, bro, y'all look, the mom want to pat him on the back. She not gonna be in school with him.
She wants that physical connection with her son. She's going to when she's dressing his wounds.
Facts.
Like, what are we talking about? All right,
shit.
Last one. You pick which one. I'm gonna give you 3 choices.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for putting the money my boyfriend sent me towards something different than what he asked me to buy? That's number 1.
Say that again.
Am I the asshole for putting the money my boyfriend sent me towards something different than what he asked me to buy?
Was it for him?
I don't know. This is just the headlines, nigga. Number 2, am I the asshole because I backed out of being my sister's maid of honor one day after agreeing to do it? Number 3, am I the asshole? Boyfriend wants to flip the mattress because his side is sunken in.
I don't want to because my side hasn't sunk it in.
Let's see that last one.
Really? That's the one you pick?
Nah, I'm just joking. That is the most inconsequential out of all of these shits with an easy fix. Buy a new motherfucking mattress.
Right.
What is wrong with y'all? Nah,
All
the
right.
first one though.
First one,
Yeah,
all right.
first one.
Not asking for putting the money my boyfriend sent me towards something different than what he asked me to buy. I realize this may have been an asshole move, but I am at my wit's end. My boyfriend has put himself in a very bad financial position and asked me for help and tips with savings. I am good with my money and have been trying to help him save to get him back on his feet. In the meantime, I lent him $1,000, including a speeding fine he got while driving my car. So far, he has paid off $600, and I asked him to prioritize his debt to me and not indulge in any non-essentials until his debt was paid off. I acknowledge he has been trying to stick with his budget, but sometimes he gets frustrated and still insists on spending money so we can do activities together, concerts, dinner with friends, etc. I don't mind shouting him every now and then, but as the man, he feels like he should be paying. So I constantly say, no, we are saving money. However, he wants to make memories together and just books things. What also has me stressed is we have an overseas trip booked, and I desperately want him to save money for it so we aren't financially stressed while enjoying a holiday.
Facts.
Now, here's where I may have been an asshole. Oh, shit. I'm a flight attendant and often go on work trips. My boyfriend and I enjoy traveling together, and sometimes the staff travels on my flights. Oh, he travels on my flights so we can explore the layover together. I am currently on a trip, and he asked if I can book him a flight to where I am. I told him the flight would cost him $96, and he would also have to pay for an Uber to and from the hotel. The hotel is paid for by my job. He said no worries and sent me $100. I thanked him for the money and told him I put it towards his debt. Oh shit! And once he paid me the remaining $300 plus the flight money, I would book his ticket. He got so upset and complained that now he only has $80 for the rest of the fortnight until his next pay. And he was really excited to see me and spend time with me. I told him he shouldn't have asked to come if he clearly couldn't afford it. After some discussion, he agreed it was a dumb move to make, but it hurt him a lot that I didn't book the ticket, and what I did was a bit harsh. I also miss him, but I wanted to give him a reality check. I still feel bad for misleading him, though. So, am I the asshole? Should I have handled this in a better way?
Well, first of all, Discord said he'd be right back. He got to go put some turmeric in his neighbor's spaghetti sauce.
Funny.
Secondly, what McKenna said, people just need to be okay with splitting costs. So many of these things will be resolved. Like,
true.
I agree. Damn, sis, she did that.
Listen, bro. How you going? Listen. So part of me
understands her trying to corral his spending habits because she has very good reasons for that. Like you said, she don't want to be on holiday, you go somewhere and you stress, well, we can only do so many things because I get that. But I feel like, something you did that? That's what you did? That's gonna cause a problem. It is. Like I don't see how that was. I don't see how she did that, not thinking it would cause a problem. Like she had to know.
Now, I mean, to his credit, she said she talked to him about it and he understands.
Yeah.
But he was still hurt. Yeah, he had the right to be listened. So me, I'm the type of person in a relationship that if we on some you need to be saving, not even you owe me money, but saving type shit.
Yes.
I would like, let's say I'm in her position and the person I'm dating asks me, hey, can I send you money so I can get a flight out there and blah, blah, blah. I would say no.
Right. That's true. Facts.
I would just say no because it doesn't make sense. to spend this money when we're trying to do this thing, blah, blah,
Right,
blah, blah.
right.
I would never be like, yeah, send me the money.
And then to go and use
And then
it.
it's right here, bling.
Yeah.
Such century. All right, cool. All right, that went towards your debt. So if you still want to come out, just kindly send me the other $300 you owe me. And
oh my, yo, listen. Now, this is something to consider. McKenna says, I kind of understand this and that, so move, but also how much frustration led up to that point. That's
I would argue.
I would consider that.
I would argue that's her fault.
Yeah, because she should have put her foot down about a lot of shit. Yeah.
Bruh, you either put your foot down or you move on. Now, obviously, it's not always how that works. Right?
No, but here's the thing, though.
You got to live with your decisions.
She and the stuff that he was paying money for that she didn't want him to, she still went and enjoyed that.
Exactly.
She still went and enjoyed that. So it's like, if you was going to put your foot down, you'd be like, no, I'm not going because we ain't doing it. Yeah.
So because you're trying to because you're trying to protect his feelings as a man, you end up tricking him into giving you money.
Yeah, it's
like all of this is complicated.
Yeah, it is.
And this is why relationship discourse Twitter is trash. Because all of these things, the actual answer is whatever works for the people involved.
Facts.
That's why. So, like, I agree that at that point, she absolutely would have endured a good deal of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't feel much empathy for her for that because she chose to do it.
She chose to do it.
On those days.
I was about to say, when he was spending that money,
bruh,
she could have been like, no, we can't. I thought we're saving. Nah, we not doing that. Let me tell you something. My wife ain't gonna let me spend a goddamn thing if we already had a plan on some shit. She ain't letting that happen.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, no, we supposed to be doing, that's not happening. That's not happening.
Facts.
Yo, that. It's like, by the way, I took that money you gave me, I put it towards your debt. Now, if you want to come, kindly send $300
that you still owe me, and then on top of that, send me airfare. Like what? Like here's the thing: even if she would have stopped at, all right, the money you just sent me, I put towards your debt. Yeah. I'll see you when I get back home.
Yeah.
If she didn't stop there, I would have gave her a little bit more.
Could have handled that better. No, she could have handled that better. Yo.
Down with the double down.
Yeah, she could have. She could have handled that better.
What the rest of my fucking money?
She could have.
Yo. She made herself a kidnapping hostage. There was ransom.
That was ransom.
With this money that you sent me, I applied it to this debt you owe. You want to see me? You want to see? If you want to see me, give me the rest of this money.
Hold on for a second, bro. By the way, don't get a kitten.
I'm absolutely not getting a kitten. McKenna says she should have handled it better, but if they had multiple conversations about it and he didn't change or acknowledge it, I could possibly understand her escalating it out of anger. But I agree 100%. But I still say the other. I don't know. People say I'm hard on people, and this is one of the things that I would absolutely agree that I tend to be harder on people than others. You had another option. You could have not gone on all those dates and stuff, and that would have been money saved. If he was still insistent about this, I'm sorry, even before that, you could have not gone on all those trips and stuff. I mean, not trips, all those dates and stuff, or you could have treated him like a human being. And that's not to say that he would have responded favorably, but you could have treated him like a human being instead of treating him like a man and said to him, all right, well, if we're going to go out, let me pay. You could have said that. You didn't. And then once you got past that point, if you had gotten so fed up with it that this was the thing, you could have left him. Again, I know these aren't easy things, but they are alternative options that she had available at her disposal, and she chose to be deceitful instead. Like it's kind of hard. Like, and like I said, whatever works for the individual people involved, that's cool, but That's another idea, McKenna. If they both wanted to go out and he insisted on paying, you could have put that towards, the debt. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. That's it. And see, I'm glad you said that, because that's a perfect example of coming up with creative solutions to difficult problems. Because it's clear that this isn't just a he owed me money thing. This is a he's bad with money thing.
Yeah.
So the idea of, all right, you insist that we go out, you insist that you pay for it. All right, part of that will go towards your debt. Because you're spending this money. So yes, McKinney, that absolutely would have been a good way to bridge the gap. Because nigga,
it's still funny.
Nigga. All right, you just sent me this money that I just told you would be for, like, literally just told you. Like, I told you, and then
I just told you that
it would be for your flight and your Uber. Well, guess what? Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Nah, this is going towards your debt. Supersized motherfucker. Okay.
Small fries, motherfucker.
This is going towards your debt, and you still owe me that $300. Give me that, then give me what I asked you, what I asked you for that you thought you were giving me, and then you can see me.
Yeah, and you give me a piece of it, I'll cut one of my fingers off. Yo, she made herself a hostage.
She made herself a hostage, my guy. Like, what?
That shit is
That's
fucking
wild.
Hilarious.
Listen, I wonder how many people. Let's see. Anybody say that she was the asshole? Oh, quite a few. Lying to her boyfriend makes Opie an asshole. Relationships are built on trust, and she destroyed that trust. Boyfriend taking money from her and not paying her back makes him an asshole.
True.
So they're both the asshole.
True.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that.
Let me see. What is ESH? Shit. What is ESH? Because there are other choices than just you're the asshole or not the asshole. Okay. What is ESH? ESH is everyone sucks here. So everyone sucks here. I'm not really understanding all the you're the assholes, but it's Reddit, so whatever. You shouldn't have taken the money for one thing and spent it differently. You should have said, no, you still owe me. You still owe me. I don't think that's responsible. But literally, he owed you $400. It's not controlling for you to not purchase things for him or use your discount for him when he owes you that kind of money. He's clearly irresponsible with his money and emotionally manipulative with the I just want to spend time with you business. Yeah. Honestly, his lack of responsibility is something you need to consider moving forward. Overspenders don't magically change their habits. It takes a lot of work and support.
That is
like a bad guy a lot. And that's what I was saying about she could have left. That is because it's not that he owes her money.
Right.
It's that he's bad with money.
Yeah. That's the overall issue going on.
That's something you gotta change. She's asking for judgment on her act. Okay, yes. So this is a response to that person saying that she doesn't understand why all you're the assholes. Mm-hmm. And this person says she's asking for judgment on her act, which is why all of the you're the assholes are being handed out. Yeah, the guy didn't really do anything wrong other than being asshole in regular life.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What else? She lent him money without a payment plan in place or specific terms, and he hasn't broken the terms. Then she told him not to indulge in activities until it was paid off. Unlike a regular loan, there are no terms in place or a repayment period, and the lender can control his behavior due to their proximity. As such, he mostly sticks to his budget, but when he wants to do anything social, the person who lent the money shouts at him. Moving on from shouting, she then takes the opportunity to take his money under false pretenses to claw back more of the loan quicker, though he was already paying it off, just not as fast as she expected. Bear in mind, the conditions were never set out. boundaries never drawn, and just because you owe money doesn't mean they can repossess your assets until it's paid off without a court order.
That's a
Honestly-
communication thing that McKenna was talking about.
Honestly, it is a clear you're the asshole to me. And I hate to say it, but do you think it's a clear case of if the gender were reversed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? While this guy is not doing amazing finance-wise, it still seems like he is not running off with the money, and she doesn't understand that people still need to live. I agree with most of that.
Yeah, you need to live, but you don't need to go see her immediately right then and there. That wasn't a need per se. That was a desire to do so. But yeah, I do agree with most.
So this one is very succinct. Based on the info, the question I have is, why are you with a man that can't manage his own money? Tentatively, you're the asshole because you don't lie to anybody about their money. I think why are you with a man that can't?
Excuse me. The government lies to you about your money.
Yeah, but they're
assholes.
Yeah, they're the asshole every day. So that's right.
Point.
Yeah, that's right. So the thing about why are you with a man that can't manage money? There are degrees to that. I'll say that's. I'll go 50-50 on that.
Well, yeah, what I don't like about people making those type of sweeping things right there is life is never actually that way.
No.
It's more than just this. Oh, this. Some people, don't get me wrong, everybody has deal breakers.
Yeah.
But there's like a variance to the whole idea of managing money. There's a variance to that. It's not just this one, oh, he's bad at all the shit he does. No, it's just it might be the savings part he might not be good at or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I don't like that part either. I think that's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit. Somebody making this one thing. The relationship is about that one thing.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the case. But if that one thing becomes so overshadowing and so overwhelming,
right,
that it affects everything else, then yeah, that's a problem.
If he owes you thousands of dollars,
right,
and just wasn't paying you back in any way, shape, or form,
right,
that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story.
You might have to get your brothers involved because
niggas might beat that ass.
Be some furniture moving up in that bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's
it.
Last one.
We want to thank once again,
nigga.
What?
I named the podcast and I didn't even reference.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
you need to say something.
Justin EP. It'll be out on June 6th.
Me and SBJ got a short EP, a little small EP for fun, called Just an EP. Because it's just an EP.
It's technically longer than the Insurrection Day, I think, right?
I don't think so.
Or is it the same?
It's the same length.
Okay.
Same length. But yeah, like that's supposed to come out June 6th.
Yeah.
June 6th. So we'll give you guys more information on that when that comes out. You might see some promotional stuff going out.
Oh,
there.
You will.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we want to once again thank all of you for coming back to another Saturday of shenanigans.
Yep.
Today to me was an especially funny episode,
bro.
With a lot of shit. But do not forget, if you have not already, if you can, support the Kickstarter from Majestic Comics / Consequence. Thank all of you that have already done so. We really appreciate it. Just in the course of this show, we got a couple of pledges, so that's dope.
There's a week left. We can still get to 100K.
There's a week left. We can still get to $1 million. There's a week left and shit, right? So shout out to all the people that have already supported it. Really appreciate you guys, especially because this, I firmly believe that the idea itself, like with the product that we do have, and also the support that we got, is one of the key reasons why we were able to kind of secure this other thing, which will help expand our stuff to a new audience and all of that. So we really appreciate all of you for that. Don't forget to check out my man Jaded Nerd's channel.
Yep.
Don't forget to check out my man Super Sci Guys Metas and Mutants.
Do
not forget, if you have, to go subscribe to the Multiple Entertainment channel as well. Also, don't forget to go and check out Heard It Through the Grapevine with our homie Chrissy, her podcast. And I think that's it. Something
Probably.
else?
All
right,
there's other music that's already out.
There's other music that's already out. Power.
Yeah, go make that goddamn playlist, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Go make that goddamn playlist.
Go make that playlist. And from my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.